Perp, you have so much juice. That's so much juice. 100K. Congrats. Hi, buddies. Hello, hello, hello. I'm here tonight. I'm a little bit late. I'm a little bit drunk on, what's the word? Burger. I'm a little burger drunk. I, just finished my burger and, ran over to stream. And I'm, fat and happy, you know? When you eat something that tastes really good and it's sitting in your stomach and you're like, whoa! That's me right now. It was a good burger. Well, I guess it technically wasn't a burger. It was pork. But it was in burger format. Hi, Chanix. How are you? How you doing? Welcome on in. Welcome, welcome. I hope you're doing well. I hope everybody's doing well. The work week is close to coming to an end. I'm very excited about it. The weekend is close. And I've got a lot of stuff that I'm wrapping up with my funny little summer outfit that I've been working on diligently. I only have a little bit of accessories and stuff before I can take it into rigging, and I'm very excited about that. Yeah, so it's been a challenge because I'm not really used to rendering stuff, but I'm very proud of the outcome that I have approached. It's good. It's good. But yeah, I wanna play the game. I think we left off. Oh wait, not load. It's to just start. Chapter volume 8. We left off with. We did this one. Now we do this one. This is a cute little symbol. I like the pattern of it. It's good. I might have to turn. Yeah, I'm gonna have to turn that music down. The early screen music is so quiet, and it's just so loud in the actual game. That might be a little bit on the quiet side, but I'd rather it be a little bit on the quiet side because it's a lot of talking with a game like this. Your point is, you need a wardrobe change. You should have asked Elward for one of her rad leather jackets. You could really make one of those work. Geez, this is kind of a crummy neighborhood. And there you go again, making snap judgments. Get a little alien culture into you, and suddenly you're an expert. Looks like you found the Alternian nightlife. Well, technically all life here is nightlife. If people are nocturnal here, shouldn't nightclubs be called day clubs? Maybe the lure of dancing and getting smashed with strangers is not enough to get people brave in the blistering sun. You doubt you'd brave a stiff breeze for it. You aren't much of a partier. But recently you are all about new experiences. You'll try anything once. A long line of people snakes along the side of a building. It doesn't appear to be moving. The club must not be open yet. You consider getting in the line, but there's so many people here. You really are more of a one-on-one friendship type. You go back around the alley instead to your old friend, the back alley and the dumpster. Distantly, you hear music. It comes on every few seconds and then drops off. Maybe a sound check. Ah, that's me yelling. You hear something else. Ah, that's me yelling. A musical sigh comes from up ahead. You turn a corner to find a girl standing alone outside a back entrance. A heavy door is propped open with a chunk of concrete, like someone had gouged it out of the street. The girl has on a sweater dress and leg warmers, a bronze sign splashed across her chest. You wonder if you should consider painting a sign on your own clothes, just to make yourself seem more normal. Yeah, no. Probably no point. You'd also need to paint yourself gray and find a pair of fake horns. Who would do something like that? Sounds like a huge pain with absolutely no benefits. The girl hasn't noticed you yet. She's staring at her feet and sighing. Also, she's making weird little whoops and clicking noises, or singing a few bars of wordless notes, starting low and then climbing up high. Wow, it sounds pretty good. The enclosed space between the alley walls makes it seem like it's coming from all directions. Maybe you should just leave. She looks busy. But then another troll sticks their head around the open door, shooting the girl an unkind look and kicking the cement block doorstop away. Oh heck, there's really only one reason you would prop open a door. Stand there like an asshole. No, I have to help. No, I'm gonna stand there like an asshole. Like the witness to a disastrous car accident, you stand there and watch as the girl notices the door closing and lets out a squeak, jumping for the handle. She misses it and smacks her knee against the metal frame. Ouch! Damn it! She's a soft musical voice, even when she's swearing. Okay, hold on. Hold on, let me get into the... You ask if she's okay. She stops rubbing at her knee and looks up at you. You're quite a bit taller than her, but she looks older than some of the other trolls that you've hung out with. No worries. Well, at least not about my leg. If you want something to worry about, I'm sure I can come up with some ideas, without much trouble. You assure her that you've had plenty to worry about recently, though you appreciate the offer. She gives a fruitless tug on the back door. She knocks. Nobody comes. She knocks again. Still nothing. You tell her that someone kicked her doorstop out of the way. She looks disappointed, but not surprised. Oh well, I'll just have to go back around to the front. Could be worse. Would you care to join me? Oh my god, you thought she'd never ask. This is working out perfectly. You are so glad she got locked out back here with you and the rest of the garbage. I'm Chixie. Chixie Roxamer. LaCroix. Roymer. Roymer? How are we pronouncing that one? I have no idea. Although I'm sure you already know that. I don't think you're an idiot or anything. You know, meet and greets are usually after the show, but you seem nice. You aren't sure how she figures that since all you've done is stand around. It's true though, so you don't protest. You are nice. Super nice. You might be the nicest son of a bitch on this whole dang planet. Roymer? Oh, that's fun. You ask her if she's performing here tonight. Of course. Why else would I be warming up in a dirty back alley? You tell her you've seen people do far weirder things. She laughs. You aren't wrong. People around here will do anything for attention nowadays. For instance, you are walking around in an ablution robe. You cough delicately. True. Very true. She's got you there. If you come inside with me, I can give you an autograph. I don't have anything to write with back here. Trixie seems to think that you're a fan who managed to get past security to accost her in person. She doesn't seem too upset though, more like delighted. You think back many friends ago when Sarava told you it was dangerous for lowbloods to get popular. You wonder if Trixie trusts you because she thinks you're also a lowblood? Or maybe she's just not that popular. You follow her back to the front of the club, past the line of trolls waiting to get inside. A guy whistles at her and she gives him a flirty little wave, along with a flat smile. A customer service smile. She shows the bouncer something on her palm husk, and he lifts up the velvet rope. They're with me, they're my +1. Wow! You've never been anyone's +1 before! A bunch of people in line look annoyed, but Trixie ignores them. You follow her, tripping a little on the hem of your robe. Be careful, huh? You don't want to twist an ankle. Trixie speaks with a lilt, like a character in a musical getting ready to burst into song. You hope you aren't supposed to participate if she does. I'm singing! You're a little too busted for impromptu dance numbers, and you're also liable to flash someone in this robe. Bro, get some fucking underwear. You hear music and chatter from down the hall, but Trixie pulls you in another direction, toward the dressing rooms. You pass several closed doors, stopping in front of one that seems to be in the process of being cleared out. A bunch of shit is spilling out into the hall, clothes trailing out of the suitcases. A microphone cord seems to be slithering slowly among the detritus. Charming. God, I can't do anything without someone messing me around, knocking me out, and now this. Who did this? I'm seriously out for blood tonight. Looks like someone commandeered her dressing room while she was out, as well as tossed all her shit out into the hall. I have to deal with this. I'll be right back. You can borrow some clothes if you want. Yes! In fact, I insist. She leaves you in the cramped little room. It's dark in the hall, but everywhere in Alternia is kept darker than is comfortable for you. You're getting used to it, though. You imagine humans used to have to deal with this all the time back before electricity, provided they didn't die immediately of, like, dysentery? You flick on the outline of white bulbs around the mirror. Oh, wow. Even in the soft, flattering light, you look like an A-grade, free-range disaster. Tagora's expensive Rainbow Drinker serum has rubbed off, and now you're mostly just dusty. You wade through a couple of Chixie's suitcases, but everything here is too small for you. There's a couple sweater dresses and a hoodie that might fit, but without a pair of pants, that's gonna get real scandalous real fast. The only thing you find that works in the whole damn dressing room is a floaty purple dress hanging on the back of the door. Definitely not your style. You would never wear anything like this at home. But fuck it. Roll with the punches, right? And not just in violence ways. Fashion ways. Ass out looks! You give a little experimental twirl in front of the mirror. You aren't gonna break any hearts, but you'll do. You actually kinda dig it. You're busy admiring yourself when Chixie comes back. She sniffles sharply as there are tear tracks on her face, but she isn't crying anymore. In fact, she looks mad as hell. Oh damn, is she mad at you? Did you manage to fuck up something without even being there? You've got some mad fuck-up skills. I got bumped! They kicked me off the lineup. I was supposed to be the opening, but some new band came in and they have a purple blood drummer, so the club owner let them take my place. Of course, this is how it always goes. God, she looks so sad. Time to break out your finely tuned comforting muscles. But before you can get those guns out, someone oozes up to the two of you. Someone you recognize. No! 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 Anyone? No! 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 Get him out! Get him out! No! 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 Oh, incredible! Miss Roimer. What are the odds? It must be fate. Well, you chirped that you were coming to the show, so I guess the odds were pretty good. Zebra doesn't let this dim his sparkle. He isn't the type of guy to let facts get in the way. He hasn't even noticed you. He's too busy kissing the back of Chixie's hand. Looking good, baby. I'm kind of a mess. I've been crying. Well, crying looks good on you. Cringe. Cringe. Zebra finally glances your way and does an extremely exaggerated double take. Wow, damn, I didn't even recognize you. You clean up really nice, you know. You haven't cleaned up at all, really? You haven't bathed since Tagora's fancy ablution trap? All you've done is put on a slinky dress. Listen, the boys don't know when you're putting makeup on. They don't know. They don't know the fucking difference, okay? It's all the same. It's not like you aren't happy to see Zebra. You are. He's one of your many success stories. He's just, you know, the kind of friend you want to think back on fondly from time to time, remembering all the good times. Yeah, not necessarily the kind you want to hang out with, or have hang all over you like he is right now. Chixie looks at his arm around your shoulder and seems momentarily annoyed. Then her expression skips a couple tracks and hits back on neutral. Oh, so you've met? Where? Online? In a forum? Can I join? Not in a forum. Unless you're talking about the forum of life. He winks. Fate just keeps bringing us together, doesn't it? Just like you and me, Chixie baby. Chixie laughs. Now that she's gotten over her surprise, her entire demeanor has changed. Her body language has relaxed, and she keeps biting her lip. She looks like an actor demonstrating bashful on command. Zebra is eating it up. It was really nice of you to post about my EP on your blog. I got a lot of listens from that. Babe, have I ever told you that I think you're so strong? Seriously, low blood girls are so strong. Chixie laughs again. It sounds painful. Maybe once or twice. I love your new stuff. That one song, Poisonous Moon or whatever. Bloody Sun? Right, yeah, exactly. Real good stuff, sweetheart. I can't wait to hear more tonight. Oh, right, he doesn't know that Chixie got bumped. Chixie meets your eyes. She seems to be trying to communicate something entirely using her eyebrows. Mind my own damn business. You follow Chixie's lead and don't say anything. Zebra will find out pretty soon anyway when the show starts and Chixie doesn't get on stage. Bye! Bye-bye! Fuck. He takes off saying he's going to get a spot in the pit. There's no pit here. Her earnest, polite look drops as soon as Zebra's out of sight. She's letting you see all the bits of herself that she has to hide from other people. Show me your bits! Show me the bits! Not the horny bits. Just like the fry bits. That's all I want. You wonder if it's because you don't matter that much, or because she can sense your trustworthy nature. You are a natural optimist when it comes to friendship, so you decide to believe the latter. Come on, I want to get a good look at the jerks who took my stage from me, so I can talk about them on my vent chitter. You can follow it if you want. Only like 4 people do. It's not like anybody cares about my problems anyway. You risk an encouraging pat between her shoulder blades. She sniffs and wipes her nose. At least I have you, the one non-creepy fan. At least I think you aren't creepy. I guess I don't know you that well. You assure her that you aren't creepy. At least not as creepy as that guy. Chixie starts to respond, but then breaks off. Her voice sticks in her throat like she swallowed a bug. Oh wait, they actually eat bugs here. Like she swallowed a live bug. Actually, they might eat live bugs. Well, fuck. Simile cancelled. Anyway, Chixie stops talking and you realize it's because she's listening instead. The first band is on, and going from Chixie's expression, this must be the band that scooped her. Can't believe it. I can't! She takes off. You aren't sure if you're supposed to follow, but she swoops back in and grabs your hand and drags you along behind her. Where are we going? You go past the club entrance and up a staircase, emerging in a tiny backstage area. Chixie stops just outside the stage lights. The band on stage is 4 trolls. Mixed cast, judging from their clothes. Although you suppose they don't have to wear clothes of the color of their blood. Though most trolls seem to. Law or tradition. Both are dangerous to break. That's my song! They didn't just steal my set, they stole my set list! Her cheeks flush a ruddy brown and she shakes with rage. She begins singing along with them. Twist and pull, breathe the terror of life on hell, spines and gore forevermore on this nightmare island spell. Terrace above, blight below. I'm knocking on your hive's front door. Love me, please, I abhor. It has kind of a twangy country feel to it, except it's about murder? Or maybe love. You can't tell. It just doesn't really fit the band on stage's vibe. It doesn't really fit Chixie's either, but then again, you haven't seen her perform. Maybe she's really different when she gets in a spotlight. She's crying. No! Tears streaming down her face as she sings. No! It's all over now. Nobody is going to believe I wrote this music. Just some little dirt blood country girl. You remember what Sarava told you about high bloods stealing their music and acting like they wrote it? God, that's so unfair. That sucks. Where's the bar? I want to say that so fucking bad. Trixie looks up at you like she's not only just remembered she is a physical body and not simply an amorphous blob of pure sadness. There's a cluster of bottles on a nearby amp. God, more Faygo. It's alcoholic. It's alcoholic, the trolls. That is my belief. Soda is alcoholic to them. Of course, of all the brands that could cross galaxies, of course it had to be Faygo. Trixie grabs what looks like a liquor bottle. Right here, come on. Not even my vent chitter is enough for this. Woo! Where are we going, girl? Oh, we're hanging out together over here. Hee hee. Back in the dressing room, Trixie upends several suitcases onto the floor, mixing her stuff with the other performers. Her give-a-shit-o-meter is down in the red, apparently. She flops down in the pile she's made and takes a huge gulp out of the bottle. Wow, have some. It's awful. Encouraging. Come on, it's gross, but it won't kill you. You wish people would stop promising you that. So far, it's been true, but you still don't trust it. She takes another drink and hiccups, then holds the bottle out for you. Great, peer pressure. Lying on a pile of sweaters with a distraught vocalist and getting wasted is exactly what you wanted to do with your evening. Trixie gives the bottle... Oh, my throat. Trixie gives the bottle a shake. I'm taking a sippy. No. Oh, well. You suck smoke out of a bug's ass and you're still here. You drop down on the sweaters beside her. Trixie is dramatic, but you are disappointed to discover that she was not being dramatic about this. Oh, thank you, Perp. I'll drink even more, because we're drinking. Me and Trixie were drinking. It is awful. Right? Have some more. You do. Oh, yeah, don't mind if I do. Yum. I think my water redeem is broken. I think I forgot to fix that one. I'll have to remember for next time. You do. God, that's bad. Trixie's getting a lot tipsier than you. She's drinking faster and she's smaller than you are. Not that you know shit about troll physiology. How is she smaller than me? I'm just a little guy. I'm just a little guy. How large is this little guy? How small is Trixie? The MSPA reader is like so small in my brain. I'm small in my brain. Come on, let's commiserate. It's hard, you know. You nod. Boy, do you know, it is hard. The music business, I mean, especially when you're starting out, you have to be visible, but you also can't look like you're showing off. You have to pretend like you don't like the attention or fame, even if you do. Sometimes you have to pretend you do like it, even if you don't. If you're a low blood, you have to watch everything you do all the time. If you're a high blood, you can do anything and everybody thinks it's awesome, no matter what. Show business sucks. You want to mention that she's the one who decided to go into it in the first place, but that would be unkind. Nobody here seems to have a job or go to school either. They all just have intensely obsessive hobbies, like painting or music or meat. Instead, you tell her that you're sure she'll write more songs. Sure, and they'll just steal those too. You tell her, you are sure that's not true. Shh. Trixie attempts to put a finger up to your lips, but it gets half up your nose instead. Jeez, complaining time, not helpful advice time. Oh, dang. You can definitely get behind that, because you got some complaints. You take another swig and it burns all the way down. She is small. She is so small. Back to the trolls sucking dick now. Stop. Get your fucking head above the dialogue box. I don't trust you down there. You tell Trixie all about the crash landing on a strange alien planet, the broken limbs, and hard times and bad wardrobe choices. You skirt around all the amazing friends you made, though. You don't want to hear her experience friend envy. Oh, bye! Halfway through your harrowing story, you hear something. Oh, she's beeping. Trixie is passed out, drooling on your dress. Better than puking. Do trolls puke? Oh, well, this isn't a vow of undying friendship, but it's not friendly. Victory? I'll take it. Wow, look at this lovely outfit. I like Trixie. Does that count? What the fuck? It doesn't count? I got a point for getting drunk, but I need to befriend? Boo! So many friends to make. Oh, interesting. I guess we could try to be friend. How will that go? If I just pick that, like, I wasn't very helpful this whole thing, and I'm surprised that I got through as much as I did. But let's see if we pick that, like, final option different, if it'll be different. Stand there like a asshole. Mind my own damn business. You should do something. Yeah. Trixie clenches her fists. Yeah. She reaches into a snarled mess of equipment and comes back with a microphone that only looks a little bit squirmy. Then she walks over to a costume rack and pulls down a mask. It's plain white, like the Phantom of the Opera's mask. Jarringly stark against the gaudy organic styles of most everything else on Alternia. She waits for a dip in volume in the song, and she gets one right after the bridge. She then switches on the microphone and takes a huge breath. Shut the fuck up! The shout reverberates around the club. The sound of the crowd dips, then falls off almost entirely. The band staggers to a slow, rattling stop. Nobody seems to know what's going on. Oh, hell, this isn't what you meant. You meant, like, egg their tour bus or trash them online. Yeah! Trixie steps into the light and a murmur goes up through the crowd. The band singer lowers her microphone. She's in a short blue dress with long, vicious claws painted red. You aren't up on all the trends, but you're pretty sure that red is edgy. Trixie covers her microphone and says something to the band. The cerulean stares at her for a few seconds before letting out a cascading spray of laughter. Sure, honey, okay. Condescending and sweet, like Trixie's a toddler who happened to wander on stage. She points finger guns at the guy on the soundboard. Razor, give the lady a beat! Oh God! You know what this is! You see Trixie's face framed by the lights, focused and intent, all simpering, gone. You like that? I wrote it. You hit that? I own it. Coming in hot trying to steal my spot? Oh Lord, is this a limerick? To grab my bulge and deep throat it. Oh, damn girl! Damn girl! A dirty limerick, holy shit. She's really doing this thing. A rap battle, Jesus. The cerulean girl spits some stuff back. It's kind of basic, just general insults about Trixie's blood color and her lyrics being stale. Considering she stole Trixie's song, that doesn't really fly. The crowd doesn't know that, though. They're eating it up. They probably think it's all part of the show, some fiery little lowblood coming on stage to shake things up. Paint your claws red, paint your mouth brown, acting like you know what it's like down here on the ground. The crowd whoops. This might be a high blood-owned club, but there's definitely a lot of lowbloods in the crowd. But it's imitation. I got no expectation. This is your final station. Oh! You aren't gonna hit higher than this collaboration. Oh, shit! Oh! You aren't, like, a rap expert or anything, but you can definitely tell that Trixie isn't either. She gets breathless towards the end of the lines and hits some words strangely, but the crowd is really feeling her. Definitely more than they're feeling the cerulean. Trixie's voice picks up speed and power as she gains confidence, drawing energy off the crowd. You realize you're leaning forward too, making sure you catch every word. She goes through a whole list of the band's shortcomings, including their fashion sense, their talent level, and their interpersonal clusterfuck. They are apparently a pretty well-known group online. She throws in some stuff about them stealing her music, and the crowd oohs like this is a middle school cafeteria. So kill me, call the drones. It won't change a bit of what they all know. When you're a thief, what do you expect? I beat you all square. Hey, show some respect. Oh, fucking mic drop. Ah! Yes! Holy shit, that was awesome. She just came up with all that on the fly. The cerulean looks furious. Another troll runs onto the stage trying to get the crowd under control. They're all chanting, mask, mask, mask! Trixie runs back off stage, chucking both the mask and the microphone back where she found them. Oh, girl! I love her. Oh my god. She grabs you and you run all the way back out the alley where you met, letting the door close behind you. Guess you're done with that club. Trixie's eyes are round and shell-shocked. I just did that. Yes, she really did. I just told a bunch of high bloods to eat my bulge. You don't know what a bulge is, but yep. Fuck, they liked me, didn't they? They were cheering for me. You say, yeah, you're pretty sure they were. Holy shit, I'm gonna be cold. Did you hear all that stuff I said? You can't just say stuff like that. You remind her that she was wearing a mask when she did it. Oh, right. Nobody will know who I am. I'm safe. Oh, but that means nobody will know it was me. You aren't quite following. I'm not gonna get any credit at all. God, why does everything in my life have to be so metaphorically resonant? Oh, girl, you feel that. You def know what that's like. Hey, that was pretty dope. Both of you jump about a foot in the air. A low blood in a hoodie and a pair of sunglasses slouches against the brick beside the back door. Either you are seriously impaired today or he is seriously good at sneaking. You got any stuff online? He asked Trixie. You got in time for clearly the best troll thus far. I love her. I love her. We also got to compare her next to Zebra. So she looks even better in comparison. She gapes at him. But I was wearing a mask. How did you know? Well, you're standing right outside the door, and you're wearing the same clothes you did on stage, so... Oh, right. Clever of you. Don't worry about it. Plausible deniability, right? Catch you later. He slinks off, one hand raised in casual cool guy farewell. See, you tell Trixie, people will figure out who you are, possibly just randos outside of clubs, but still, she can do this. She can make her dreams come true. You're so totally right. I so can. I guess all hope isn't lost. At least not until another unsurmountable obstacle comes along. Thanks for everything. I would never have gone out there if not for you. She hesitates for a few seconds, then goes in for a slightly damp hug. Oh, she's been sweating. Oh. Sorry, stage lights and terror make me sweat. Actual victory! Yay! Hooray, hooray, hooray! Who's next? What the fuck? I already met you! Whoa, what is happening? Part of you has always been taken with the idea of purchasing a one-way train ticket to anywhere and boarding it without looking back. Or, in your current case, stowing away without looking back. Details. The idea had always seemed so idyllic. No strings, no obligations. Just you on your journey, the wind in your hair, and the taste of freedom on your lips. Your little daydream didn't exactly involve careening across a perilous extraterrestrial landscape, but then you've always liked to think of yourself as the kind of person who's open to new experiences. Not to mention new friends! In practice, though, this tastes less like freedom and more like noxious muck, which is what you're currently surrounded by. Ugh. Not unlike the slime that was in Skyla's Recupera-kun, except That slime was weirdly soothing, and this is a prickly and burny and uncomfortable. You thought you were being smart by sneaking on board, jumping into some sort of cargo carriage. Oh, how wrong you'd been. The trade-off for not getting caught, then maimed or killed for your blood color is apparently this. You almost would have preferred the maiming. God knows you're used to taking a beating by now. Look at this cool guy. Look at this cool guy. And then and then Tiny. Why does this guy look like Dib? This guy looks like Dib from the beginning of the Invader Zim movie where he's like, I'm 12 years old. You. The little one. Your gown flutters around you as you hop off the train. You feel like a very grimy Disney princess with no shoes. Just a deranged Cinderella who left both glass slippers on the castle steps. I got no fucking shoes. No, this is the same artist girl, but it also had a question mark on it, so I think we're gonna get a surprise. Before you can decide in which direction to continue your merry jaunt, it's decided for you. As in, a small bluish missile slams into your midsection and sends you tumbling down the hill behind the train tracks, rolling over and over, and goddamn do you hope you don't kill anyone with your ass. Especially not yourself. You land with a hard thwack on your back. Why we got some fucking clown music? I heard a honk. Did you guys hear the honk? A honk.
Hey, it is you.
The concussion you just sustained must be giving you serious friend hallucinations.
Oh, sorry I hugged you so hard I pushed you down a hill. I forgot how weak and flimsy you are.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about the mysterious honks. You take Amisia's offered hand, albeit nervously. You kind of skipped out on her back there, waiting until she was in the ablution trap and then escaping from her murder studio. Big lady clown, big lady clown, big lady clown, big lady clown. Yeah, big lady. I'm turning into a monkey. You'd been so naive back then. You didn't know about raccoons or grub cakes or hate dating, and oh god, is that a giant murder clown, isn't it? Wow, she's even bigger than the adult you saw at the bandit lair. God, why? It's the hot dog water. That's why the clowns are big, cause it's the hot dog water. They drink it. It makes them huge. God, why? Why, whenever you think you've met the biggest, meanest bastard this place has to offer, it offers up another bigger, meaner one? Without thinking, you put yourself between Amisia and the purple blood. Pretty dumb considering Amisia can pick you up with one hand, but you just rolled down a hill and you aren't at peak performance.
Chahoot! It's about time! This is the one I was telling you about! The one with the precious blood!
Big lady! The purple blood's slow, lazy smile somehow makes her face paint even more terrifying. She moseys closer, towering over you. Are her fangs orange? Or is that face paint? A true pleasure, small thing. Any friend of Little Blue is a friend of mine. Especially one who'd look so pretty on the newest page of my scrapbook. Your stomach is dissolving into acid fear. Also, hi Crash, that is a huge lady. Free friend, 2 friends in 1 package. Amisia stamps her foot.
Don't make murder jokes!
You nod furiously. You are so delicate. Just a whiff of murder gives you the vapors. Peace and gospel, Little Blue. I was only playing. Messiahs know I'm owed a bit of fun. Ain't it a fair bit hypocritical lecturing me, considering what you were getting up to the first time when I got to join? Ripping off heads and all. Amnesia goes blue. Chahut winks and you experience another spasm of fear. You clench your fists so she can't see your hands are shaking. To distract yourself, you ask her if she and Amnesia are Moirails. You figure that's always the safest one to start with. Safer than, so do you guys hate fuck a lot? Chahut starts grinning again and Amnesia blushes even harder.
Oh, silly, of course not. I'm way too young for quadrants. I just thought you were small.
No, a couple motherfuckers has started younger than you, little blue.
Still, there's no point. I mean, you're leaving in a couple parakees.
Amnesia stares at the ground sadly for a few seconds before she gets herself back together.
But that's why tonight is gonna be the best. Our final hunt. I'm so glad you're here too.
She beams up at you. You try to smile back, maybe achieving half a grimace. When Chahut leans over Amnesia, it's with a certain menacing fondness. Sounds like a party, my most vicious sister. Only, we got us a smidge of a scheduling conflict.
Huh?
The massacre's tonight, little blue. Last massacre I'll see planet side. I wanna go to the massacre! I wanna go! Please? Gotta present my glutes and testify before my most mirthful messiahs for the last time. You sure didn't get any of that. Every time you think your days of unbounded ignorance are behind you, you turn over a stone to find more little squirming bits of cultural miasma to suck in. Amnesia rolls her eyes.
Ugh, more church?
I must present my ass to my clown gods. Show ass.
That's seriously all you ever do.
Sister, we talked about this. To praise the mirthful ones is a privilege and a revelation. My pusher beats for them. It smashes its way through the desolate cage of my thoracic struts.
Yeah, I know. You love clown church. You love it so much you should just put it in a quadrant.
Jesus, Amnesia, maybe don't shout at the scary giant clown lady. Chahut puts a giant hand on Amnesia's head, ruffling her hair like she's an angry puppy. Simmer it down, girl. The good news is, we got us a tiebreaker. She means you, doesn't she? More decisions? Usually we strive for it, but today, it's all up to you, stranger. Take me to church! Take me to clown church, please! You don't know much about religion, but you have recently become pretty good at reading people. You have the slightest little suspicion that insulting this woman's religion might be unhealthy. Besides, it would be rude. This time when Chahut turns her painted face to you and gives you another of... This time when Chahut turns her painted face to you and gives you another of those lazy smiles, you are filled with a sudden flush of excitement. God, what if you could become friends with her? You've never had a friend this cool or this scary. Amnesia rolls her eyes.
Ugh, fine. Have fun, I guess. Doing totally boring stuff.
You wonder if it's really okay for you to come with Chahut. Isn't she worried about showing up with an alien? In the past, I might have got to worrying over it. But now... fuck it. What are they about to do? Call me? Might thank him for that. Doing a sister a solid and saving me from having to set foot in the filthy reaches of space, where I hear they don't follow the good word as close as they should. None of those motherfuckers here have the globes to step up to me. So you should be safe. With me on your side, not even one of those slippery fishes would do shit.
Slippery fishes? Does she mean sea dwellers?
you've never actually seen one, which makes sense since they dwell in the sea, but most people seem to be scared of them. You wonder how much higher in caste they are from the clowns. You wonder what they look like. There are still so many things you don't know. You've never been in a church before, but you see them in movies and goth music videos, so you know what to expect. Clown church is not that. Woo! Clown church! Clown church! Woo! Clown church! Yeah. There's no pews or statues or a sad dude hanging from two perpendicular sticks, but there's an altar and a lot of purple candles and rows of flimsy metal fold-out chairs. The same sugary smell that hangs around Chahut fills the place. Someone took the stained glass a little too seriously when they decorated, because every inch of window is covered in multicolored... Oh god, why even front anymore? Every inch is covered in blood. Spatters of it paint the floor and stone walls. It reminds you of that break room after Conil got done murdering all those kids, except this seems deliberate. Like they decided they wanted a little bit of yellow in the corner, so they walked some poor gold blood over there and gutted them. Welcome to your salvation, little one. You almost run out, but no, you can't. You need to make friends with Chahut. You hang on to that as you follow her to the front of the congregation. As you pass, various other clowns send out honks of greetings, accompanied by the occasional whoop whoop. Chahut responds to a couple with the casual, hey motherfuckers, but most she ignores. Maybe she's too cool for them? Yeah, she is. You try not to make eye contact with anyone as you go by, or if you happen to look at anyone, you try to throw out the most intense I'm with her vibes that you can. A couple trolls look out of the place. A couple trolls look as out of the place as you do. Okay, not as out of the place since they are actually from this planet, but there's some non-purple guys here who look distinctly uncomfortable. A few of them appear to be chained to their chairs. Cool. A purple blood is standing on a platform at the front of the congregation and preaching? Rapping? Whatever it is, it sucks. There's a lot of uninventive swearing and weirdly syncopated honks. There's one. Everyone here is extremely into it. There's a lot of answering whoops and fuck yes! All Chahut has to do is stand there and smirk at him, and he trails off into a nasally honk before scrambling off the church stage. You really wish you knew how to command that kind of respect. Then everybody would want to be your friend. Thanks, brothers and sisters. Today is a singular sort of day. For today, I looked up toward the mountains, saw the fire in the sky. That fire is our messiahs, and our messiahs are the fire, feeding a hungry forge in the belly of hell, that sweet salvation of split bone and sulfur-colored eyes. Was it the heat of eternal damnation or the sweet flame of revelation? All is red ruin. Woe is us, darlings. Woe. It goes on like that for a while. You zone out a little bit. Someone throws a handful of powder into the candle flames and more of that sugary, sharp scent puffs out as colorful smoke billows up. The purple bloods all start taking deep whiffs of the stuff. It kind of looks like the powder and pixie sticks. Newest member of our congregation. Pixie sticks, maybe that's why it smells like sugar on here. Invite them to stand up and give glorious thanks. The whole congregation has gone silent. You realize that Chahut is looking at you, and the other clan priest is looking at you. Actually, every single goddamn troll in here is looking at you, except for one small dude who appears to be trying to chew off his own hand to free himself from his shackle. Your turn to testify. Don't fuck this up, little one. Preach! Oh shit. They want you to talk? About what? All that stuff Chahut and the other trolls were saying, it sounds like a bunch of bullshit? So that's what you give them. Just bullshit. Reams and reams of fresh, non-GMO cave-aged bullshit. Honestly, you aren't totally sure what you say. Maybe some stuff about parting the sea, loaves and fishes, a dome and a rock. You throw a couple whoop whoops in there for effect, hoping nobody accuses you of cultural appropriation. Luckily, the crowd is feeling it. They all honk and echo what you say, even the cultural allusions they can't possibly understand. They take turns swigging Faygo from the communal chalice, passing it around. Yeah! You can't help glancing over at Chahut every so often. Sure, all these weirdos are catching what you're throwing, but she's the one whose opinion you actually care about. She's your current friendship target. She's nodding in approval, occasionally crossing her hands over her chest in what looks like kind of like a gang symbol, but might just be a religious gesture. You finish with something about foxes in the jaws of the universe, the convergence of fate and the cyclical nature of reality. Time is a flat circle. You think you're actually filled with the spirit? Whatever the fuck that means. It could just be that weird smoke. No, I didn't make a mistake when I put my faith in you, little one. She pushes several dudes out of the way to lean over you, and you don't feel fear now so much as intense pride. Damn, but it feels good to have 50 clowns honking at you for pulling something straight out of your ass. Little one is kind of creepy, and you wish she'd stop saying it, but you guess it's accurate. You are little compared to her, and there is only one of you. Come here, darling. Oh, that's an upgrade, darling. That's friendly. Get up here. A piece! A piece! A piece! A piece! A piece! A piece, please! A piece! A piece! A piece, ma'am? Two younger purple bloods grab you by the legs. Oh. The church sways around you and you find yourself at clown height, face to face with Chahut. Up close, you can see the cracks in her makeup, and it might be the light in here, but her yellow eyes look tinted purple. She pulls you close, one giant claw tipping your chin up. She's so close. She leans in and your whole body flashes hot. Oh god, you brace for those big clown lips. Instead, Chahut clamps her hand over your mouth. Shit. Okay. You jerk as your air supply is promptly cut off. The clowns holding you up stagger until you remember that you can breathe through your nose. Oh, you see something out of your peripheral vision, and then something sticky and cold is sprayed onto your cheek, an acrid stench making you choke. Oh my god. What's the fucking what's the guy in Mad Max? Witness me! Witness me! You struggle, but the clowns don't let you go. Chahut sprays something on the other side of your face. You feel it sinking tacky and stinging into the skin of your cheeks. Woo! She releases you for a moment and then switches the can of spray paint to her other hand. What the hell? Is that even supposed to be used on skin? Probably not. Hold still, darling. Are we getting our paint? Are we getting our clown paint? She takes another can from a nearby troll and paints a line across your forehead, her own brow furrowing in concentration. You know what she's doing. She's baptizing you, covering you in the paint of her people. You're being initiated. You can hardly believe it. Tears threaten at the corner of your eyes as you realize you are actually becoming part of the group. Someone on this terrible planet is actually letting you into their inner circle. Even if it is a circle of shitty clowns who go around murdering people and drinking the worst soda in the galaxy. Don't get too overcome now, small thing. I don't rightly even know what you are, or where something like you even came from. But I can feel the spirit flowing through those alien veins of yours. It's fucking godly, my little one. Amazing! This is so good! Anyone who initiates you into their weird cult definitely wants to get all up in your friendship grill. Look at her honkers. Honk, honk, honk. Chahut paints another line, this time over your nose. The paint is really starting to sting. The paint on your forehead especially. Oh wait, that's not paint, that's... Chahut drops the spray can. She's looking at her fingers. Oh no, you've seen that expression before. On someone bluer and much shorter. Deep crimson drips off her claw. After weeks of rainbow blood, your own blood color looks strange to you. Now that you think about it, it's been a while since you've seen your own blood. Wild. You must be getting better at survival instincts. Precious blood. Precious indeed, sister. 2 other purple bloods put you down with subservient honks. All the other clowns here are treating Chahut with reverence bordering on awe. Is it because she's the oldest? Or the largest? Or maybe just the most badass? Your feet barely hit the floor before Chahut takes you by the hand. You smile up at her, happy to go anywhere she leads. Friendship feels so good, especially with people who are bigger and stronger and cooler than you are, which is basically everyone on this planet, but Chahut is especially strong and cool. You're so busy, feel great? You're so busy feeling great about your new elite status that at first you don't realize what's happening, where Chahut is leading you. It's to a corner of the church that is a little more bare than other spots. As in, there isn't as much blood. As in, it's the perfect canvas for some fresh blood. Some precious, precious mutant blood. You don't know why Chahut didn't go for you right when you met. Maybe the time wasn't right. Maybe the sight of your red stuff has triggered something in her murder-troll hindbrain. Regardless, you get the feeling you're about to be reunited with the color of your blood quite suddenly and thoroughly. Wait, you thought you were getting initiated. Hell yeah. You're an initiate, my dazzling crimson darling. An initiate of the rarest and most laudable power. A blood initiate. A sacrificial beast. Oh! Okay. we're just, okay. Okay. You ain't gonna get a better offer than that. Well, when she puts it like that, oh no, you would still rather not die. No, baby, no! Well, we had a lot of fun at Clown Church. I guess we have to go to not Clown Church. Oh, it's been replaced. Oh, I didn't, okay. Whee! Church sucks. Religion stuff is kind of over your head. Besides, you should really stick with the friend who has a vested interest in keeping you alive, rather than the menacingly non-committable clown lady. All of your recent experiences with Purple Bloods have been, well, bad.
You are so right. See, Chahut? My friend is no dummy.
Chahut's eyes gleam, and for one eerie moment, you think she's gonna reach down and crush Amisia's skull, or yank out her windpipe, or some other kind of mega violence. But instead, she just shrugs her giant shoulders. Well, that's what happens when you allow for the democratic process. Lead the way. Crap, that's right. If you aren't going to church, you're going on a final hunt. And knowing Amisia, you aren't gonna be duck hunting. And also, you don't think the splatters on Chahut's pants are paint? Well, they are paint, but Amisia-style paint.
Yay! Come on, quick. I've got something to show you.
She takes off up the steep hill back toward the train tracks. Oh man, you are seriously not dressed for all this clambering. Chahut appears to notice this too, because a few steps later, your feet leave the ground, and you find yourself cradled in the considerable bosom of a large clown. Up close, she smells like sugar and blood. That's me honking. No struggling now, sweet thing. Better pray that I don't drop you. Oh, I forgot. You don't pray. Because church sucks. You don't like this. Well, you like not having to walk, and it's pretty cool that she can lift you like you're a tiny baby, but also, you're probably going to die. I didn't die.
I love sippy.
I need another sippy. Yum, 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 yum. You're so busy freaking the fuck out that at first you don't realize that Chahut has carried you past the train tracks to a stand of trees. Oh. Oh no. Ta-da! Amisia gestures like she's a presenter on a game show, But instead of showing you a dope new car, she points to a boy hanging from a rope by his feet, swinging back and forth as he desperately tries to free himself.
Chahoot, you are so right! Using traps is a total time saver.
I'm all about those life hacks. I was just thinking about like 5-minute crafts on this planet. Where's my troll who runs like a 5-minute crafts channel? And they're all just like incredibly violent but just as useless. I want to see that. And other kinds of hacks. Oh my god. Cause she's a juggalo, get it? Oh! She lifts her axe. The troll hanging from the tree screams, and the scream becomes a gurgle, which becomes ringing silence as his head leaves his body, spewing brown blood. It rolls to a stop right at your feet. Oh god! Oh god! Oh, you've had enough of this horse shit. Why can't anybody on this goddamn planet find an ounce of chill? Amisha and Chahoot watch you expectantly. What, do they want you to kick the head like this is sports? Give it a smooch? You know what? Fuck this. You turn and stalk off into the woods. This time you are orchestrating your own failure. Oh, what? What the fuck? What I gotta do to become clown friends? What do I gotta do? What did I do wrong? Oh, I forgot that I had the option to preach. I can do the not preaching. Take me to clown church. I'm gonna be a wimp. You stand there in the cacophony of honks and whoops, trying to dredge up a little spirit inside of you, but you just can't. All that noise sounds so much like jeering, and you'd think you'd have gotten used to negative reinforcement, but apparently it's still enough to trip you up. You open your mouth and all that comes out is a croak, like you're a frog of failure. Chahoot's big hand lands on your shoulder. She looks wistful through the clown paint. That's okay, hon. Sit down before you strain something. Encased in a fugue of shame, you do. God, why couldn't you have kept it together for once in your pathetic life? The clown next to you gives you a consoling pat on the knee and offers you a half-empty bottle of Faygo. You are so despondent that you barely cast a thought to juggalo germs, or the fact that Faygo is disgusting. Hits your taste buds like a bitch slap. Around you, the congregation is getting rowdier. The troll beside you shrugs his shoulders like, what can you do? He has a hat and a charming smile. At least, you think he does. You're starting to feel a little weird. Faygo isn't alcoholic, is it? I would go easy on that stuff if I were you, the troll says. His hand hasn't left your leg. In fact, it's moved from your knee to your thigh. First time's always rough. Whatever, you're fine. You know all about controlled substances. You're really good at drugs, okay? You're a serious druggist. For real though, what is in this stuff? You got high with Sarava and tipsy with Chixie. Ha, that rhymes. She should put that in her next rap. But this is different. This is your brain blowing wide open and the atmosphere pouring in. This is the cosmos kissing your frontal lobe with way too much tongue. Hey, this is my supplicant. Maybe find your own. Chahoot is standing next to you again. She removes the clown guy's hand from your thigh and extricates the bottle from your grip. Hey, you weren't done with that. I wasn't. Give it back. Oh, I'm losing my voice today.
Pardon me.
On the other side of the church, someone throws another handful of colorful powder onto the fire. More smoke billows up and you feel another wave of dizziness. Maybe it's the interaction of the Faygo and the smoke? Is that how science works? Such bad form, says the troll who'd given you the Faygo. Bringing an alien to your last massacre? One would think you had no respect for your messiahs at all. I think, brothers and sisters, that I might agree with that. Oh my god! That face! No, how could you do this to her? A voice rings out across the church. At first you think it's in your head, the product of whatever weird soup all the competing substances have created. But everyone else hears it too. Chahut goes rigid beside you, her big vicious mouth stretched into an O of shock. The congregation falls to its knees in a clattering wave. Seriously, you've never heard a crowd of people go quiet so loudly. Chairs are kicked out of the way or knocked over. Kneeling down, Chahut's head comes up to your chest. She and the clown in the hat each push down on one of your shoulders. Motherfucker, get down! You hit the deck. You half expect the blood splatters to seep through your dress, but it just crusts flaky and dry underneath your knees. You, sister, that your alien? Where the hell is that voice coming from? It's deep and gravelly and probably male. There's somebody on the FaceTime call. Oh, hold up. What you'd initially thought was one of Ramel's knockoff paintings hanging behind the altar turns out to be a screen, which now has turned into a gray silhouette with horns. FaceTiming? FaceTiming with my mom? Is everyone here bowing to some dude who literally Skyped into Clown Church and doesn't even have a user pic? Your Excellency, I wouldn't describe him as my alien exactly. A little too pathetic to really put much bother to. There's a murmur of agreement from the surrounding trolls. Dang, tough crowd. A long snort of breath crackles into static. Who are you to say who or what is pathetic? Chahut winces. You are all feckless wrigglers without a bean in your think pans. All the lowbloods in here look absolutely terrified, which is nothing new, but for once they aren't the only ones. Everyone here is afraid, the purple guys included. You, come closer. Little heretic, let me get a gander. I read that at first. I said, let me get a gender. Ayo, can I get a gender? Hey, come over here. I need a gender. Give me gender, please. Get me one. Oh, you're going to the bar? You're going up to the bar. Can you get me a gender while you're there? Thanks. Oh my goodness. Oh, you've been finding some fun genders, perp? That's so good. I'm so happy for you. If you have a spare, you know, you don't have to give them up if you're really, you know, tied to them. But I've been looking for some new ones just to spice things up a little bit. Me? Who? What the fuck do you mean, who, sister? The motherfucker I'm jabbing my point stub at. It's my gender and I want it now. Oh, you got a funny one? Oh, hell yeah. You and Chahut share a quick nervous glance. Her throat bobs visibly. Sir, I think you got your webcam turned off. Oh, dang. Hold up. You hear a lot of rustling and swearing. All of you hang in the awkward limbo of an old person struggling with technology. The screen flickers and you can just make out a pair of hulking shoulders. Sir, you've got the light behind you. Never mind the light, motherfucker! You! The hornless one in the rumpus robe! Come closer, child! Oh, you? Of course it's you! Being the main character is exhausting. You move closer to the altar, although you aren't actually sure where the camera is. This guy is someone. You would be able to tell that even if everyone in here wasn't bowing to him. His voice has a certain quality to it. That's close enough. I'm not trying to look up your sniff nub. Child, you got any notion as to who I fucking am? None, except that he is possibly important. It's always a real good time when important people get interested in your insignificant ass. My ass is not insignificant. I decide whose ass is insignificant in this house. You comprehend? Thank you. Thank you. Sure. Sir? Excellency? How long have you been rambling amongst my brethren?
At least a couple weeks.
No more than a month. How many are here with you?
Well, just you. An alien invasion force of one. All just wandering the countryside.
And still pulling in And still pulling in oxygen? Would have thought someone would have picked their dentition with you by now. Same. You got any muscle definition, Wriggler? You show him the gun show. As in, you show him how very empty the weapons locker is. Too weak for the front lines, too ugly to fill a pail with.
Bitch, you wanna fucking go? Do you wanna fucking fight?
I'll fucking fight. Fuck. No, he'll never think I'm beautiful. Is this more appealing to you? Is this more appealing to you, sir? Is this what you wanted? Among Us. An alien party of one is Among Us bean. He laughs low and lecherous. Although your strut sticks ain't so bad. Oh my god, he thinks my legs are sexy? You think my legs are sexy? Oh, thank you. Oh, my spin. Oh no. Here, I'll do a manual spin. Hold on. Woo! Woo! It doesn't quite work the same. For Among Us. Oh, did a giant clown just say that you have nice legs over troll FaceTime? You look at Shahut for help, but she's too busy checking out your gams. Whoa, shit, damn, I got some sexy legs. Yeah, you like what you see? Sober you might have been uncomfortable. Fago drunk you is pretty zen about it. You're sure it's only a matter of time before you fuck an alien. If it's gotta be a big giant clown, well, so be it. Shooting high, aren't you? Now you just feel silly. You assure this guy that you aren't really after that kind of stuff. There's only one thing you really truly long for in this world. And what's that, child? Power, wealth, the right to keep living? Yikes. You realize that everyone in this goddamn church is looking at you, waiting for your answer. Jahut looks like she wants to grab your shoulders and shake you. Jeez, no pressure. Friendship, you tell him. He laughs long and hearty at that one. You weather it stoically. You, bigger and significantly more attractive motherfucker. Jahut comes to attention. What is your caste name, child? Maynard, Excellency. If I understand rightly, you are about to undergo the ordeals? Jahut nods. She looks a little seasick. You're not sure what the ordeals are, but everything about them sounds bad, including the name. Maybe get your shit shot with this one right here. They seem to have the strategy for surviving against all reasonable odds and decency. You could probably use a friend like them. He jabs another bigger finger at you. And Wriggler? Yeah? Don't let me see your face again. Woohoo! Yippee! We've survived. The call disconnects and the screen goes blank. When you point yourself toward the front of the church, everyone scrambles to get out of the way. It's like the big clown's attention has conveyed some honorary status on you. Probably nobody will mess with you for, half an hour at least. You aren't really going anywhere. You just need some fresh air before you pass out. Shahut emerges soon after. She looks nearly as winded as you feel. You ask her if she's mad at you, since that could be potentially dangerous to both your life and your burgeoning friendship. Mad. Why would I be mad? because your inexplicably magnetic charm worked on both my best girl and the figurehead of my church. You flush. The real question is, did it work on her? Chahut sighs. What the hell? Old motherfucker told me to listen to whatever it is you can teach.
Right, he did. That basically makes the two of you friends by theocratic decree.
Guess so. So, darling, teach me your ways. Oh, well, first you gotta fall down a lot. Yay! Oh my god! We're holding hands! We're holding hands! Yippee! The Pope said you have to be my bestie. That's what the Pope said. We're besties forever and you gotta hold my hand. Besties for life. Wait. I'm trying to figure out what size it should be. There we go. There we go. It's so quiet on me. Oh. Now I can spin good. Let's see. Now we got this cool guy. Oh, but we got these cool guys too. Oh, yeah, but pretty people. Pretty people. I'm gonna take a quick BRB, a very, very quick BRB, to refill my water and stuff, but I'll be back very soon. Actually, I'm gonna get to a part where there's a little bit of music, so you guys have some audio to listen to, but then I'm gonna take a quick BRB. Yeah, he does look like a Snorlax. He does look like, I like him a lot. Or them, you know. We don't know. We don't know. Okay, we've read this part. You! Dib-looking motherfucker. After what feels like way too long, the vehicle slows down and you take the opportunity to tumble out of your slime jail onto the dusty ground, picking yourself up and hurrying away from the situation before you can get spotted. A little while later and you're standing at the beginning of a massive canyon and your awful train ride almost feels worth it. The canyon stretches on endlessly, miles of yawning chasms and winding ravines at your feet. It's enough to make your mouth hang open in awe. After spending so much time in various grody parts of the city, the sight of such pristine natural beauty touches your heart. You feel somehow inspired, like you could belt out an aria or draw a masterpiece if you tried. Before you can begin exploring your hidden creative depths, you're distracted by noises coming from not too far away. You're not alone. You know what this means. A chance to get yourself more of that sweet, sweet friendship. After so many successful companionship ventures, you're thirsty for more. You pick up your jaw and go investigate. The sounds lead you toward a trail along the side of the canyon, which in turn leads you down a roomy platform not that much lower where you started. There's a series of sharp outcrops jutting out of the plateau, and perched atop the highest one is a figure dramatically framed against the moonlight. At first you think he's peering moodily into the distance, but then you realize he's looking through some kind of contraption on his face. Recording coordinates. You look around. There doesn't seem to be anyone else here. So what you heard was this fellow muttering to himself, you guess? I see. He's so wrapped up in whatever it is that he's doing that he hasn't noticed you yet. This guy has got to be hankering after some company. Being all by his lonesome out here in the middle of nowhere, you're sure of it. Surprise! Eagerly, you clamber up the side of the rock. Wow, this drop is pretty insane, but it's nothing you can't handle without plenty of determination and frantic scrambling. You finally make it to the top. You're about to haul yourself up so you can stand, fully ready to introduce yourself and let this guy have it with the geniality. Really show him how amicable you can be. Before you can do that, though, he whirls around, trenchcoat and long hair whipping in a wide arc. All your clumsy scrabbling at the rock face must have clued him into your presence. Did you really think you could sneak up on me? Alright, I'm gonna leave that right there. Mute myself and be right back. What's my funny little mute button? Which one is it? I've already forgotten. I'm back. His eyes flash, literally. They flicker from blue to turquoise and back again in quick succession.
Wait a fucking second! Wait a fucking second! I remember this name! Is this the friend? Is this the friend of, Cornel? The green blood, big lady? Big beef? Who did all the murdering?
I think Azdaja was the name of her Moirail? Question mark? Maid Sprit? You don't notice the pure white energy crackling at his fingertips until you're already in the air. When Coopram lifted you, it was like getting yanked up by the scruff of your shirt. This is smoother somehow, like you just stepped out onto a strong breeze. Doesn't really change the outcome, though. You eye the ground below you nervously.
Speak again!
Wait, you weren't engaging in any sneaking around, honest. Or, well, you were, but you didn't mean anything malicious by it. You were just after some quality hangouts. Unfortunately for you, he doesn't seem very moved by your heartfelt entreaty.
A likely story. You were looking to gank my data to get a frond up on the game.
Don't try to deny it. You don't know anything about any game, but before you can explain further, you're unceremoniously released. You run through quite the spectrum of emotions as you plunge downward, but the strongest by far is regret. Regret that you'll emerge from this altercation sans the use of your limbs if you're lucky, but also sans a potential new friend. Sans Undertale. Bye! Okay. Look at him. Look at that sad guy. Oh no. Bye-bye. Try that one again. I was like, I don't remember seeing this art on here before, but I think we got that art after we, like, uncovered the secret. By hell or high water, I will be your friend. Hello! Sporting your most winning smile, you call out a greeting and give a jaunty wave. That gets his attention.
Well, what would you look at? Would you look at what the Purbeast dragged in?
Are you lost? That depends on your definition of lost. You prefer to think of whatever you're doing as taking the scenic route, just like indefinitely. Your new acquaintance and hopefully soon-to-be pal snorts, unimpressed. It would look better if you did that somewhere else. Better for me, I mean, which is the most important issue currently at hand, let's face it. I still have preparations to make, and I'm running out of time. You're kind of cramping my style here. Preparations? For the game, obviously. It's starting any minute now. You have no idea what he's talking about. Seriously? Don't you know about dual strifers? Wow, you're even more of an empty-headed pleb than I thought. You all playing Yu-Gi-Oh up here? Y'all playing Yu-Gi-Oh? That's not a very fair thing to say. Sure, you might have made a habit of running headfirst into stupidly dangerous situations, but there's no reason for him to assume. Your voice is drowned out by a crackling sound. He's levitating down from his perch towards you, sparks of energy stirring up the sand into a cloud. After meeting Sarava and Kuprum, you've come to expect psionic powers from trolls with yellow blood by now, but it still kind of takes you aback. You stumble backwards, falling on your ass. The troll is unbothered by your spill, continuing to address you while you're sprawled on the ground.
I'll explain. Dual Strifers pits Alternia's best and brightest against each other in a timed event designed to reveal the most skilled among the group. Which would be me, of course. That goes without saying.
He tells you a bunch of other stuff about game mechanics that, to be honest, goes straight over your head. He's apparently not in enough of a rush that he can't stop what he's doing to outline his plans to you, some random passerby, in a fairly detailed manner at that. He seems pleased to have an audience, actually. Wow! This friendship is barely even off the ground and you're already doing great! You get back on your feet and nod along sagely, pretending to understand all his rambling about strategy and whatnot. Then you notice a blinking light. It's coming from the screen over his eye. Huh? Interesting. My scouter can't retrieve any data on your species at all. He leans forward and looks at you. Really looks at you. Up until this point, he'd been paying more attention to his own voice and whatever readings he's been getting on his device, but now he's focused fully on you. It's starting to fluster you a little, actually. That is, until his mouth twists into a smirk. You get a glimpse of a single jagged tooth.
You know, it's technically possible to join in teams of two, but now you're here.
Is he saying what you think he might be saying? Excitedly, you clarify whether he's asking you to join the game as his partner.
Ha! Sure, I just love teaming up with clueless nerds like you.
No. You'd be a nice element of surprise, though. I could use you as a collateral resource. Fodder. A lackey. What do you say? That doesn't sound nearly as flattering, but it's a great opportunity to help. And you've founded so many great friendships on doing whatever favors random strangers have wanted you to do for them already. Why stop now? I'm gonna be the best lackey ever! Title might not be much, but that doesn't mean you can't excel at it. You tell him you accept his offer.
Excellent. By the way, I'm Asdaja Nelax.
Asdaja Nelax.
But you must have known that already.
You're not sure why you would. Maybe he's some kind of big shot? Come to think of it, that name does ring a bell. You've heard it before, when you were in the middle of infiltrating a bandit hideout with a mercenary, Conil.
You met my mate Sprint?
You must have gotten on her good side, or you wouldn't be standing here talking to me. Because you'd be minced into the ground finer than grub paste. He's grinning like he's really proud and fond about Conil being the sort of girl who'd make mincemeat out of someone as soon as speak to them. If he wasn't talking about her literally murdering you, you might find this reaction endearing. Hang on, if he already has a partner, why isn't she here? Asdaja's expression sours abruptly.
My partner isn't here because she didn't make our agreed-upon rendezvous time.
He says the word partner in an overdone, exasperated huff, as if he thinks she might be listening from behind a boulder somewhere and he can somehow shame her into appearing. You remember what Polypa said about mercenary duos often being quadranted pairs, i.e. romantically involved. Did his girlfriend stand him up? Yikes. Maybe it's better that you haven't been promoted to partner status if it meant getting involved in another couple's spat. You've had enough of that already. You hope they aren't fighting. Asdaja glares at you.
The exact nature of our quadrant is none of your business, frankly. Now come on.
We're wasting time. He steps off the edge of the plateau, descending in a crackle of energy and floating you into the canyon along with him. It's a terrifying ride. But the view it affords is pretty amazing. Soon you reach the bottom.
We should keep going.
There's someone else in this valley. We'll get the drop on them if we move fast. He grins confidently, his coat flapping behind him. There isn't any wind down here, though. Is he flapping his own coat with his sigh for dramatic effect? Oh, bet.
First blood to Nelax.
You blink, tentatively. You repeat, blood?
Yes, blood.
He says it the same way he enunciated the name of this competition earlier. Like it should have been painfully obvious.
Like I told you, our aim is to take out our opposition. Swiftly and pain. To win, we have to be the last team standing in this entire canyon. Weren't you listening when I explained earlier?
God damn it, you've been proceeding under the assumption that this was some kind of elaborate competitive LARP? Like solve some puzzles, get out the giant canyon before the other guy type of deal. Perhaps arm wrestle your competitors into submission if you run into them. But no, this game involves actual violence. You probably shouldn't be surprised. You've been on Alternia long enough to discern that. Boy, trolls sure do love killing. You've made friends with plenty of trolls who have less bloodthirsty hobbies, though. You ask him whether he's ever considered getting into excessive bodily force poetry or streaming sick beats. Please, you're kidding, right? Now is no time for joking around. Don't tell me you're already getting frosty strut pods. I can't work with someone with such a flimsy sense of conviction. You reassure him that, no, of course not. Your strut pods are toasty as all heck, but he's no longer paying attention to you. His scouter glints. There. He flashes past you before you can blink, riding the waves of his side, a collection of rocks sitting behind you. Target acquired. Nice try, thinking you could outsmart me by laying in wait and launching an ambush. Cowardly move, and sloppy, very sloppy. Now prepare to get owned! Resistance is future. Oh, fuck. Abruptly, Azdaja freezes. You hesitate, unsure as to what sort of threat you're dealing with here. Then a troll girl with cerulean blue symbol on her shirt pops up from behind the rocks. She giggles menacingly, making Azdaja turn toward you. His expression is blank. His nifty brain power is now under your competitor's control. To echo Azdaja's sentiment, oh fuck! You need to do something fast. You have the harebrained thought that maybe you can grab Azdaja and physically wrest him from her control. You launch yourself toward them in a mad dash, attempting to call out a chilling battle cry, but it comes out more of a pathetically broken yell. Yucky! Yucky! The girl laughs again as Daja's eyes flash bright, brighter than you've seen so far, almost blinding. Oh, hell! Those are straight-up eye lasers, aren't they? And they're really powerful, holy shit! You've met some strong trolls, but this kind of power is something else. If Azdaja were a character in a video game and you were to assign him a quantifiable number to measure his power, some kind of level, perhaps, well, that number, that would be, well, it would be very high, is all you're saying. I just have to take a moment for that one. I just have to take a moment for it. Azdaja's lasers shoot. Wow, that is a tongue twister. Azdaja's lasers shoot at a point above you, scoring a deep gash in the rock and sending rubble toppling downwards. You reach out, grabbing at Azdaja's coat. You have to get out of here. The girl doesn't stop you, merely leaping out of the way of certain doom that's hurtling rapidly towards you. You think you see something out of the corner of your eye, some last-ditch hope at not getting squashed as flat as a grub cake. You race towards it. Your first thought when you next open your eyes is that death has finally come to tenderly cradle you in its sweet, loving embrace. But you quickly realize that you're in a cave, not the afterlife, and that the reason you can even see anything right now is because the area around you is brightened by a light coming from Azdaja's scouter. Through sheer dumb luck, you must have run towards the single safe spot in this entire ravine. This hole in the ground. It's as if this hole was sitting here carved out of the rock, waiting to be your escape route. You might even say this hole was made for you. Fuck! You wince, covering your ears. Could he keep it down, maybe? Your nerves are a little shot from almost dying from the umpteenth time this week. No, I will not keep it down! Curses, I can't believe this. Who does that blue blood think she is? Does she realize who she just messed with? Wow, he looks really mad. Instinctively, you reach out to execute that slow face pat that trolls seem to find so soothing, but he slaps your hand away.
What do you think you're doing? I already told you I have a Moirail.
Did you tell me that? I wasn't paying attention. You stammer out an apology.
It just seemed like the right thing to do. Plus, you thought Cornel was his mate sprint. Yeah, that's what I was saying.
He seems to realize what he just said. A hint of yellow touches his cheeks, just barely visible in the light.
That's what I said. I already have a mate sprint. You're pretty sure you heard him right the first time, and you're also pretty sure that those are two different sorts of relationships, but you let the subject drop. No need to rile up your new friend more than he already is.
Your shush map might have been rejected, but the attempt seems to snap him out of whatever pissed off funk he's gotten himself into. Gasp, did we make her cheat on her Moirail? Oh my god, I think it's complicated. I think we're gonna find out more. Maybe. I want to. Let's get out of here. He follows the path of the cave. Can't he just blast you both out?
Don't be stupid. If I did that, it would cause a cave-in. Are you that eager to get crushed?
Good point.
You're acting just like Conil. So ready to rush in without a game plan.
If he means this as an insult, its effect is kind of lost. He sounds more wistful than irritated. You walk in silence for a while. As you make your way further into the cave, you realize the walls aren't blank like you previously thought, but covered in complicated carvings. Cave troll art, you wonder?
I know what you're thinking. That life as a prince among trolls must be an enviable one.
You snap to attention. Yes, of course. You were definitely thinking about him and his life story just then. I don't expect someone like you to understand. You're obviously a complete average person who will live out their life in perfect melancholy. Or mediocrity. But not me. You don't know what it's like to be born so gifted. Completely average, that's you alright. You try your best to be sympathetic. Having rad powers just must make things really hard. What? No way, it's fucking awesome. But as you've clearly seen, it can attract unwanted attention from pathetic individuals who aren't nearly as talented themselves. Who are desperate to have some unbeatable psionics in their corner. To be honest, the Empire is no different, and it's not like the rebels are much better. Cornel and I don't really care one way or another. We're just here to off chumps and get money. We look out for ourselves first and foremost. But eventually we'll be sent off planet to do the bidding of the Empress just like everyone else. Okay, you can see why having no say in the matter kinda sucks. But isn't there opportunity to do cool shit in space too? As Dodge's face draws up in a wry expression. Yeah, with someone else calling all the shots. You keep walking. After what feels like hours, his scouter flashes again. Oh, have some good sleep, Herb. Have some good sleep. Rest up. Enjoy the VOD later. We're here. He lets the wall have it with his eye lasers. With a resounding roar, it crumbles away. Aside from the spot he destroyed, the rest of the cave is intact. Moonlight spills into the space through the impromptu exit. It's over. We were stuck down there for so long that the game has ended. Meaning, your heart sinks. This was a disaster. He's definitely not going to want to be your friend after losing this competition he's so invested in. We're the last team standing, which makes us the winners. I knew it! That blue blood loser might have had a stroke of good luck, but she was no match for someone of my station. My victory was for a foregone conclusion from the start. Bringing you along was an excellent idea. Your recklessness really came in handy back there. He's thanking you, you realize, or something close to it. Modestly, you assure him that it was no problem. A prince knows when to give credit when credit is due. Celebration is in order, I think. Once we collect our prize. Oh, there's a prize? Fuck yes. Dual Strifers offers an impressive cash reward to whoever wins. And you'll get a cut as well, of course. Whoa, money! This will be the first time you've laid your hands on this stuff since you crash landed. Maybe you'll be able to finally purchase a warm meal or clothing that isn't from somebody else's closet? More importantly than the money, though, is that you've proven you aren't a complete fuck-up. You've earned Asdodge's trust and also his friendship. Money! We got money! Look at that cute art. Look at that cute art. I love that. That's good. That's very good. Let's see. Who's next? Snorlax! Snorlax, please! You've been lucky enough to acquire a bounty of friendship since you arrived on this planet, but there's still an emptiness nestled right in the crook of your heart's atria. Maybe making one more friend will fix it. Maybe this next one will expand in your chest like a sponge in the bath. What? There was a message there that I didn't get to see. After all, number 20's the charm. Oh! Oh my god. Jojo. Jojo. Oh my god. But this one's so cute. But this one has a katana. Oh. Okay. This one first. Tonight you're abuzz with excitement. Wait, no. Your palm husk is vibrating in your pocket. One of your friends is contacting you. You pull it out and a notification pops up. Zzz, buzzing is requesting to add you on Chitter. The message is accompanied by a little icon, blue with a silhouetted winged animal. Some of the similarities between this planet and your own are starting to stretch your powers of belief in coincidence. Whatever. You pull up the app and read the messages from, could it be your potential new friend? Oh wait, I missed a message there. OMG, hi! I hope it's okay to contact you. Oops, I should introduce myself, haha. I saw your picture on Sarava's stream. I'm one of your biggest fans, and now I'm one of yours. Oh, love those looks. Anyway, I would love to chat if you're open to it. If not, it's okay. You could just ignore me, haha. Oh, everyone else does. Could this be the universe reaching benevolently down to do you a solid? It's like being given a giant pile of money unasked. You didn't have to do anything for this friendship. You didn't even have to walk anywhere. All you had to do was join the fabled social media and it literally appeared in your pocket. Your hands are shaking a little as you go to respond. You don't want to seem too eager, or do you? You have no idea how to approach this. You thank Buzzing for his compliments and say that you would be happy to talk sometime. In an instant, a notification pops up inviting you to download another app. FaceTime! You do it and a video screen opens up. Suddenly you can see your new friend's face. He's sweetly round and roly-poly, smiling at you broadly. Hi! I'm Zimini! I hope it's not too sudden to gripe you like this. This is such a cute fucking face. I love this face. This drawing is really cute. Is it okay? Gee, you don't have to respond to that. Sorry for being weird. Let's start over. How do you know Sarava? I think it is a little troll K-pop group, or it's the Beatles. I'm not sure. What are the Beatles other than, like, a really old K-pop group? B-pop? B-pop? Apart from being extremely friendly, this troll also seems to run both sides of the conversation by himself. Befriending him is the least effort you've ever put into anything. His enthusiasm is really cute, but there's something about him that unsettles you. Looking at his hopeful face gives you a dark stab of humiliation you don't quite understand. You swallow down the discomfort and tell him the story of your friendship with Sarava, leaving out Sarava's personal background. He hangs on your every word. That's so cool! I wish I could hang out with you guys. OMG, not implying that you'd want to hang out. It's just, whenever comes to visit me. He takes out his phone and taps a few keys. A notification box pops up in front of the video. It's just a direct message from Zbrozing that just says, Brownie face. You ask him why that is. I live in the middle of nowhere. It's good for the bees. It is good for me. It is good for me that you live in the middle of nowhere. But I guess
no one really thinks it's worth the effort to come all the way out here. It's just me and my looses. You can't really do much around the hive. Sigh. It's fine.
He really says the word sigh out loud. Despite saying it was fine, he seems dejected, with a distinct downward angle to his shoulders. Sorry, his shoulders. Wait, his buzzy accent is kind of getting to you. Tell me more about where you live, buddy. Let's have a normal conversation. You say it must be nice to live in the countryside. You mentioned that you did get to see some of rural Alternia when you met Skyla, and it seemed beautiful. ZBD's face turns into a grimace.
Yeah, I guess.
Sensing this is a moment for sympathy, you tell him you're sure his friends would come visit if they were able to make the trek.
Sure. It sounds like you did visit another troll that lives in the countryside, though. So I guess you thought she was cooler than me? That's like, it's whatever. I don't need my friends to pick me first.
You struggle for words. You want to reassure him, but you also don't know him that well yet. You weakly protest that you didn't mean to say Skyla was cooler than him. You didn't even know him then. Maybe you'll be able to visit him in the future too?
Yeah, maybe. I've heard that before.
Oh my god. He's not rejecting you, but you get the sense a wall has been raised. You're sure you're going to keep chatting with ZBD from time to time, but you get the sense you're never going to become a true friend. You're stuck in acquaintanceship limbo. Looks like you failed to earn his trust. No! Oh no! Try again. Try again. Again. Again! You tell him that you'd understand if he's not really okay with it. After all, you say, it would really hurt your feelings if your friends didn't make any effort for you. Isn't that what friends are supposed to do? He gives you a grateful smile, some tension releasing from his frame.
Oh, I would never ask that of anyone. I don't want to be annoying. Like, sometimes I really wish someone would take the time to visit. But I totally don't blame any of my friends for not coming. Like, I understand that you have to decide which friends come first. And I just don't. Some people are just cooler and more fun than me. It's understandable.
The voice that I'm doing for this character is like affecting me. Like I'm making myself feel more sad for him by virtue of the funny voice that I've given him. This really must be your lucky day. First of all, no one has threatened bodily violence toward you in the past 10 minutes. Your fear for your life is at a low-key, reasonable level. Second, this troll is making it really obvious that what he wants you to do. This is a total slam dunk of a friend opportunity. I'll visit! ZBD's face transforms utterly. It's astonishing. He goes from sullen and shadowed to utterly radiant. Your heart pangs with an overwhelming surge of fellow feeling. True, you've seen other trolls react emotively at the sight of meat and blood and your own body sparkling under the moonlight, but ZBD is the only one with such an extreme reaction to friendship. Man, you are really feeling this little guy.
You'll come? Really? That's so cool! Thanks. This is gonna be so good. I'm gonna get all the best snacks and my Lucis is really cool. You'll like him. This is so exciting!
You leave ZBD to his preparations, even as the bubble of joy inside you goes a little wobbly. You aren't used to such high expectations from prospective friends. Mostly people just expect you to be an imbecile. You absolutely can't screw this up. You made a promise to your brand new friend. Unfortunately, that promise is to visit him in a house that is, by his own admission, so far away that not even people who know what the fuck is going on can be asked to find it. You haven't thought this through, but that's never stopped you before. First things first, what old friendships can you call on to help you out? I.e., who is likely to have a vehicle of some kind? You could always call up Tagora to see what he thinks, but you don't want to be too needy with him. Amnesia, well, she doesn't look tall enough to reach the pedals. Zebra? Just no. Oh, I missed one. You are a strong, independent alien who don't need no troll. You also don't think aliens are allowed on public transit, and you don't know the number for troll taxis. Oh, no. Button. Enter? Okay, enter works. So you'll do crime. Perfect! What did Camille do when she stole a car? Punch the lock off with one big fist? You won't be punching off any doors, but eventually you find a car that isn't locked. Almost like someone helpfully left it for you. Haha, sucker! It pricks slightly at your conscience as you slide into the seat and fire up the autopilot, heading out into the country once again. But recently, anything that isn't brutal, indiscriminate violence kind of doesn't faze you. So you stole a car. Big deal. It's not like anybody died. This is it. So begins your gradual slide into total moral iniquity. A hardened criminal. I'm a loner, Dottie. A rebel. That's you. ZBD does live pretty far out. He hadn't been exaggerating. You use the time to curl up in the back seat and catch up on some sleep, all the while trying to ignore the fact that the car reminds you of being inside a large, squishy animal. At least you get a few radio channels out here. ZBD's hive is big and buzzing. Literally, you hear a persistent drone of bees, and standing right outside is the boy himself. He's so excited he's bouncing on his toes, clapping his hands together. He has a gold symbol on his shirt. You wonder if he's a psychic. You've finally been here long enough to pick up on racial stereotypes. Go you!
You were here. You actually came. I seriously can't believe someone actually went out of their way to visit me.
Well, you don't really have a way to go out of, but you keep that to yourself. You are more than happy to accept the friendship points. It's so cottagecore. It's so cute. This little bee. Oh, funny little tongs. I love it. I love it. ZBD leads you into his hive, which, like Skyla's, looks like he made a lot of it himself. There are hanging baskets of flowers and plants everywhere, and a zigzag shelf holding up a stack of colorful books. In one corner is a big screen TV and an entertainment center. ZBD vanishes into another room and leaves you to get comfortable on the big couch, which is unsubtly striped yellow and black. The buzzing is pretty loud in here too, and you look around for bees. You're not thrilled about the bees, honestly. You wish there was some music on your phone to drown them out. You're thinking about following ZBD and seeing if he needs help when your phone starts to vibrate. You look down and recognize Sarava's username. I'm answering it. Might as well. You have no idea how long ZBD is gonna be in there. And if there's anyone with music, it's this troll. Hey, dude. Sup? Can't believe it took this long to get a chitter, LMAO. Damn, you're like really lost without my help, huh? It looks like you only got 2 followers though, LMAO. You can feel some nameless tension and you bleed away into the thump of the lo-fi chill-hop beats murmuring softly through Sarava's mic. If only you could just go spend time with your cool friends and stop making new ones. But even the thought makes your stomach wring itself like a washcloth. There's no point wishing for things to be different from how they are. You'd do anything for new friends. Anything. You ask them if they have any chitter advice. You know, on how to be a cool guy online. I mean, you definitely came to the right troll. But I don't know if I should be like managing your brand more than I already did. Just risky for me, you know? It's hard enough maintaining my image as is. The other streamer's always on my bulge, LMAO. Doesn't mean we can't hang though. I mean, it was really chill last time. Also, I need my clothes back. You assure Sarava that you still definitely have their clothes and that you totally did not destroy them in an epic battle to save a giant collie. That's cool, no worries or anything. I was wondering if you wanted to hang out today. If not, it's chill. I got all sorts of shit I can get up to, LMAO. You know how it is. But yeah, let me know. Oh, wow! How did you suddenly become so popular? Maybe this is what happens when you finally get online. Not only are you hanging out with one friend, you've got another one clamoring for your attention. Social media is amazing. You tell Sarava you would love to chill, but you're currently out in the middle of nowhere hanging out with somebody else. Hi, Rumi! Welcome on in. Maybe Sarava has heard of him. ZBD Tongva? Surely everybody on the internet knows each other. I don't know him? Sorry, LOL. You spell out ZPD's Chitter handle. Sarava's face does a complicated dance between shock, worry, and wry amusement. Oh, dang. LMAO. What are the odds? A small internet. So Sarava does know him. I mean, I know of him. Man, awkward. Are you guys tight, though? You tell Sarava that you aren't tight yet. Pretty loose, but you're working on it, which is why you're currently in the middle of nowhere sitting on this bee-themed couch. Oh my goodness, Rumi, it's 1:30, you just got back home? Oh my goodness, get some rest, get some rest. Oof, that's a long fucking shift. I never want to work that late. Sarava scratches awkwardly between their horns. Is that like what you go online to do? That whole scene? Scene? The only scene you know about is the friendship scene, and possibly the clown scene, and the meat scene. No, you wanna work on karaoke list? Ooh, that sounds like fun. That sounds like fun. I have my karaoke list, which is not one that I would necessarily bring to stream. And a lot of it is songs from Strange Magic. A lot of it. Because that's how I am. You decided you're gonna celebrate your stream anniversary? Ooh! 4 months late. You know, I was considering doing that when I came back from my anime debut, but I was like, you know, we could just call it a debut. It's fine. Doesn't have to be an anniversary, but I am a year old. I am a whole year old. But congrats on also being a year old. Actually, you may be in more scenes than you give yourself credit for, and you get the feeling you are right on the edge of another one. You can taste it, and it makes your stomach growl. You tell Sarava whatever the scene is, you're definitely not part of it. You don't even know what they're talking about. So what are they talking about? Not the talk shit or whatever. Oh, what? Didn't celebrate at the time because you just lost jobs, too depressed. But now you wanna? Hell yeah! Hell yeah, and you should! Take your victories and like, expand them. Make them even more fun. Not to talk shit or whatever. Because God knows golds who live in a glass hive of tenuously curated online social interaction shouldn't throw stones or whatever. Fuck knows I got some shit back in the day. But you maybe shouldn't hang out with this dude. Especially when you're like right on the edge of breaking out yourself. Oh my god, he's too uncool. He's too uncool and we, oh my god. Sarava, I don't want to be friends with people to make myself look cool. Maybe a little bit. I want to hang out with people who are sexy and clowns with big honkers, okay? Okay? It's what I want. I mean, you gotta be careful with this shit. I told you what happened to me. Happened to me, internet fame. I told you what happened to me, internet fame isn't a joke. Sarava, pirate, confirmed. They got the eye patch and everything. SpongeBob, me boy. They gesture vaguely toward their missing eye. Here, let me just link you. A link pops up in the Grape chat box. You follow it to what appears to be a fanfiction account. Nothing wrong with a little fanfiction. You've never been much of a writer yourself, but you're pretty pro anybody doing whatever they feel like as long as it's not gruesome murder. You're a real chill dude that way. I mean, right, yeah, same. LMAO. I'm not trying to judge or whatever, but you'll see what I mean. Scroll down. You scroll past the first few pages. Most of these seem to be about some band that you've never heard of, and almost at the end you find... Oh. Oh. Oh, damn. This appears to be a fanfic about Sarava. You don't click through. You kind of get the idea from the tags. Listen, I have befriended people who murder. Who do murder. Actually, a lot of trolls that do big murder and have also murdered me in alternate universes where I lost. This.
So no head.
Oh, my head! My head! No! Ruby! This is pushing it. Well, Sarava's a big deal after all. You guess it makes sense that people would include them in their, fantasies. You do it all the time.
Don't worry about
in a
it,
friend way.
sweetheart.
Yeah. You get what I'm saying now, though? I mean, leave your dreams, right, LMAO? Any guy on the internet can write whatever he wants about me, but, like, I don't want to see it. Just a heads up, you know? You get how that could be a little awkward. You tell Sarava that you will be careful of your infant internet fame. Though you doubt anyone will ever write anything about you. Who'd want to read about your dumb fuck exploits? Yeah, LMAO. Come over whenever, I'll smoke you up. Great, more bug ass. You end your call with Sarava and navigate back over to ZBD's fanfiction account. You pick one of the ones that's not about Sarava. One of the teen-rated ones. You don't have anything against erotica, but, maybe you'll save it for later. You don't know any of these characters, and the context is doubly encipherable into the troll music business. But if this really is ZBD's writing, he's pretty good. You have such talented friends.
Hey, sorry I took so long.
Shit, ZBD sneaks up on you from behind. You quickly lock your phone, but apparently not quickly enough.
How'd you find this? Oh god, you went searching for me. I thought we were friends.
What? Of course you're friends.
Friends don't go digging through each other's shit. I would have showed you my fic if you just asked.
You tell him you absolutely did not go looking for it. Sarava gave it to you when they called you up just now. ZBD's face closes down. Is it just you, or has the sound of the bees gotten louder?
Oh, right. So your cool friend Sarava told you. I see how it is.
No, they just called you, and you answered the phone.
No, it's fine. I totally get it. Even coming all this way out here, I'm still not a priority. You are in a different room! It's fine. It's not even a big deal. I'm totally used to it. You and Sarava, what are you, mate sprints?
You are absolutely not made spritz with Sarava. You are not made spritz with anyone as far as you know. Fuck! Having so many friends is exhausting.
Oh, really?
I'm fucking crying. I'm fucking crying. Oh my god. Oh my god. This is really good. That's a really, really good drawing. Oh.
Like, your life is so great. I get it. You just have so many friends and you're so popular and everyone wants to spend time with you.
ZBD is crying and not trying to hide it. It's very sad and extremely awkward. You feel terrible. Also, like, kind of a dickhead. You're always doing all this complaining about your lot in life, when to tell the truth, you've actually got a lot going for you. You've all these amazing friends who go out of their way to check up on you and ask if you want to hang out. Of course, all that complaining is just in your internal monologue. It's not like anybody can hear your thoughts. Thank God for that.
Well, I'm so glad that you and Sarava have each other. Maybe you could go hang out with them and make fun of me some more.
You tried to tell CBD you were absolutely not making fun of him. You were just curious about his hobbies and interests. You absolutely want to read his fan fiction. But the kid isn't listening anymore. Fuck. You hope the car has enough gas to get you back to civilization. Oh no. Oh my goodness. Try again. Alright. It's not really fine. I'll visit. Whee! Okay, we're gonna let it go to voicemail. We're not- all that stuff we learned before, we didn't actually learn it. We completely normal interaction with a friend that we made on troll Twitter. You decided to just let the call go to voicemail. You're busy with a different friend right now, and you could just call them back on your drive home. Or, not home, but the closest you've got right now. It will give you something to do besides sleep. You mess around on your phone for a little bit, filling out your profile on your chitter. Alien Invasion of 1. Just here, I guess. That's honestly the best you can come up with. You aren't quite sure how your age would translate to troll years, so you don't bother with that. You've already gained some more followers. Sarava retweeted your intro tweet. Or chirp. Whatever. ZBD comes back with a tray of snacks and 2 glasses of something bright red that you hope isn't Faygo. Or blood. But that goes without saying at this point.
Hey, who are you talking to? I heard your palm husk go off.
You tell him that you weren't talking to anybody. You let the call go to voicemail. Does he really think you're the kind of person who would take a call from somebody else while you're having a hang sesh? Heck no! I was who would do? Not me. I wouldn't do that.
Oh, you didn't have to do that.
CBD says that, but he's obviously incredibly happy that you did. He sets the tray down and hops up on the couch next to you.
Oh, so what do you want to do? I have a bunch of really cool stuff we could check out, but I didn't want to make you just do whatever I wanted. I know we barely know each other.
You tell him that whatever he wants to do is fine with you. You aren't picky in any sense of the word. ZBD seems a little at sea by your lack of an opinion, but eventually he puts on the first episode of a pirate show. This is nice. It's nice to just chill for a little while. But you barely get through the opening credits before ZBD changes his mind and puts on a show about space pirates instead. But then he gives up on that too. He keeps looking at you for input, but the extent of your experience with troll pop culture is Remolays, knockoffs, and that one shitty romance flick Palippa took you to see. You are not informed enough to have an opinion. You are seriously down for whatever. CBD does the same thing with video games for a while, becoming increasingly more distressed. You feel deep empathy at his plight, but also mild annoyance. You understand this unreasonable fear of beefing it in front of your friends. You feel like that pretty much all the time. You eventually suggest to ZBD that you could just watch the last thing he watched on GrubTube. ZBD goes a delicate gray color that you've come to realize is the troll version of a Blanche.
That's, yeah, we could do that for sure, but you know a guy's GrubTube queue is, kind of personal. Not that I don't trust you. If you can't trust randos you met online and invited to your house, who can you trust, right?
You feel that way too. You've also felt the overwhelming urge to throw yourself into the arms of strangers since you crash-landed down here. You tell ZBD that you aren't going to judge him. You don't judge your friends. An overwhelming look of trembling gratitude comes over him, and once again you feel an uncomfortable pulse of empathy. You are used to being the desperate one. You aren't sure how you feel about this turnabout. All this social power.
Okay.
The two of you scroll down through the history on his GrubTube account, and you find yourself choked up by the incredible trust he is showing in you right now, letting someone behind the curtain. There doesn't really seem to be anything worth getting stressed over, no porn or anything. He does have a lot of videos of Sarava, specifically ones where they are actually on camera.
Oh, yeah, they're so cool. It's so rad that you guys are tight. I really want to meet them someday.
He sighs. Then he sighs again, a little louder. You catch on to your part in this bit and tell him that you could probably figure out a way to make that happen. You hope you don't have to follow through on that. Yeah, I may not follow through on that. Sarava's a busy guy, and you aren't sure they actually let anyone into their hive. Well, besides you. But you seem to be the exception to a number of rules. You keep that last part to yourself. The rest of the videos in his recent history are about a band called Hatch to Dance. Music videos, interviews, and compilations of vlogs. I've never seen vlogs spelled like that. Like, with a U-E-S? That's so weird to me. You ask him what all this is.
Have you never really heard of H2D? Really? They're so cool. They're my fave. I mean,
He gets shifty-eyed.
Whatever. They're all right, I guess. Their music is kind of catchy, and they have a pretty dope group dynamic.
You mentioned that all of them seem to be pretty good-looking, too.
Huh? Really? You think so?
You point out a guy with tall horns that swoosh into hooks and a lot of white hair that falls into his eyes. This guy is particularly handsome.
Him? He's okay, I guess. If you're really basic.
Oh my god! Oh my god! Calling me basic? Pardon my sneeze.
Not that I think you're basic or anything.
He shows you some of the music videos. They have really high production values and extremely elaborate sets. All of the band members sing and dance and get very close to kissing each other. He'd been really nervous about showing you this. His deep dark secret was that he likes music videos? Is being into pretty pop stars some kind of cultural taboo?
Not really. Just, it's kind of lame, right? I just really want you to like me.
Yeah, that was pretty obvious. And you do like him. You just wish he wouldn't say shit like that. It's embarrassing. And also it reminds you that you yourself have gone around doing pretty much the same thing. Pretending to agree with everything your prospective friends say, lying, saying you're into things that you aren't. Just all around being a big phony. The circumstances are different for you, though. You're an alien. This is hostile territory. You don't have a hive or a lucis or even horns. So it's way less pathetic for you to be like this than it is for ZBD, right? Deep down, you know you're full of shit. You're just coming up with reasons to excuse behavior in yourself that you condemn in others. You hang your head in shame. ZBD, who is not privy to your internal monologue, looks confused. Is it possible that you're doing the wrong thing in your eternal quest for friends? Could it be that before you can spiral any further into a full-blown existential crisis, you hear a noise from outside that you really, really don't like? Several noises, in fact. A crash, followed by a thump. Followed by a, "Get out of here, you fucking piece of shit, you thief!" Oh dear. Oh, a new friend? Or an old friend? ZBD scrambles around to look over the back of the couch. You can just make out a shape through the window. Who is it?
Hey, this is a totally wild question that I typically would never ask a potential friend. But did you steal that scuttle buggy?
Oh yeah, I forgot I did that. Haha! Funny story. You didn't know how else to get out here. You did it for him. For your nascent friendship.
Oh, wow! No one's ever stolen a scuttle buggy for me before.
So it just totally did a Pee Wee Herman laugh. That is 100% Pee Wee Herman.
Did you forget to take the GPS chip out though? Because I think whatever he stole it from found it.
A GPS chip, right? Fuck. This is not an auspicious start to your life of crime. Maybe you aren't quite ready to go it alone yet. Another crash and rattle. Sounds like someone is taking pieces out of ZBD's hive. You get up and start for the door.
Hey, what are you doing? You can't go out there, they look big. They sound huge, you'll get killed.
Oh, right. He's definitely got a point there. But whoever's outside seems intent on demolishing his hive brick by brick, so they're gonna get in eventually anyway. Better for you to go out there now and face the music, so at least one of you gets out of this. No! ZBD stares at you. Weird, globby golden tears pool at the corner of his eyes.
You would do that? For me? Nobody's ever offered to die for me before. That's so nice.
Yeah, you're pretty nice, and also pretty idiotic considering you're about to go give yourself up to a big angry troll whose car you absolutely stole. Well, it's been fun while it lasted. Actually, it's mostly been terrible. Oh well, goodbye, cruel world.
Wait.
You have one hand on the doorknob when ZBD's shout rings against the walls and ceiling.
No one is touching my new friend!
Outside, the buzzing rises to a rattling crescendo. So loud it no longer sounds like animals. It sounds like weather or a fighter jet. The intruder screams. You wince, but you are also overwhelmed by gratitude and excitement. ZBD did that for you.
For you!
The screams stop after a few seconds, and the buzzing gradually recedes.
No, not the bees!
You and ZBD are left staring at the door, then at each other.
Okay.
Behind you, GrubTube is autoplaying an HQT interview. Little ambient crackles of the white electricity you've come to associate with psychics reach ZBD, before that fades too. Did he seriously telekinetically gather up a bunch of bees and just throw them?
No, that sounds hard and potentially dangerous for the bees. I more just, ask them nicely. I'm bad at it, though. Sometimes it doesn't work.
Well, it sure worked this time.
Yeah!
ZBD nods, and then he nods again.
Yeah, that was pretty cool, right?
The two of you venture outside to see what's going on. Nothing is going on. The night is quiet. The car is exactly where you left it, and there's no sign of bees or the intruder. So either they ran away or got stung so many times they dissolved into sludge. You feel another pang of conscience, but it's not enough to cover up your ecstatic surge of happiness when you see how chuffed ZBD is to have set some bees on a guy. You tell him that you're grateful. You think about adding that you're proud of him, but you don't want to literally make him explode. You let him hug you instead.
I guess this means you have a scuttle buggy now?
Yeah! Spoils of war! I have a car!
You got some buttery exploded kernels? I make them myself. Well, I put the kernels in a pot and I explode them.
You tell him that sounds great. He's honestly pretty fun to visit. Minus the sudden attack, you're having a really nice time, and that part was honestly entirely your fault. He should quit putting himself down so much and being such a desperate piece of shit. Damn, okay. Alright. You mean that in the nicest way possible, and it's pretty good advice in general. You know, just to have floating out around there. Wow! Wow! Boy band! Finally, we can be friends! Yay! Friendship. Alright, maybe we could try to get through our katana friend. Oh boy, here we go! Anime. In an utterly unsurprising turn of events, the night finds you trolling Alternia in search of, well, trolls. The friendly type, preferably. Although you've been known to work wonders with hostile folks, too. Your current hunting ground appears to be a primarily teal neighborhood, which suits you fine. Teals live relatively comfortably and are usually only mildly disdainful of you. This strikes you as a good place to search for companionship. You've got another pressing concern, though, a faint glow far on the horizon, which suggests that the sun will be rising soon, a couple hours from now at most. Nights on Alternia seem to last forever, but when the daylight hits, it hits hard, like a truck. But the truck is on fire, and the fire is nuclear fusion, and the truck is a star. Point is, you're not in the mood for another sunburn. You'd better snag a buddy before it's too late. You, the strange hornless thing. Speak of the devil! You whip around and spot a troll boy with a stylish hat and a sword sheathed behind his back. His clothes are a little shabby, but he carries himself with a rigid, composed air. What are you? Some kind of mutant troll? Or another sentient creature? Definitely the latter, you say, unless you would prefer the former, in which case you're that, actually. But mutants, you've learned, are not particularly well liked on this planet. Alien. I won't have to cull you, then. Not immediately, at least. You don't appear to be a cull-on-sight species. Lucky for you, I won't have to lose my blade. Loose my blade. And lucky for me, to have found a potential comrade. I know what you seek. Shelter and friendship. Not necessarily in that order. You're about to speak up, but he's already moving on. You seek the meeting place of the Eastern Alternian Fine Animated Art Appreciation Society. Yafass! Or, as some less cultured souls would call it, the Anime Club. Oh, a club! Back home, teachers used to go on and on about how clubs were a wonderful place to meet new friends. You didn't really believe it then, but maybe things are different here on Alternia. You confidently assert that, yes, you are here for the animes. Good. This music is a little quieter. Oh, it just... Maybe a little bit? Okay, that's fine. Good. I feared I was going to have to cancel tonight's meeting due to no-shows, but now it can proceed as scheduled. Follow me. He gestures towards his hive and begins to stride confidently towards it, but then he rethinks it, pausing to look back at you. Wait. Subs or dubs? Fuck. Shit. Both are good? His expression immediately sours, a look you're all too familiar with. If you had a mouse, you'd be frantically scrolling the wheel upwards to roll back time and make a new choice. It's the truth, though. Sometimes both are good. I don't want to read all the time. But you live in the real world, where you have to face the consequences of your god-awful anime opinions. Have you no conviction? The Anime Club is a sanctuary for those of strong will and finely owned arguments, not a shelter for cowardly pissants. What debate can come from a sycophantic toady such as yourself? How are you going to stimulate my intellect? You begin to sputter and protest. You're plenty stimulating. You've got a pretty long list of friends who have stimulated in all kinds of ways. Platonic ones mostly, but he's not having any of it. There are other anime fans in the city. Perhaps their gatherings will be more your level. Farewell. No! This art. Pathetic! It says pathetic. I know it does. I know it does. And now I just die in the sun. Oh wait, shit, that was the wrong one. Let me out. Of the main menu. Yes. I clicked on the wrong chapter. This one, 10. Oh, please, I want to talk about anime. I'm gonna say dubs. Perfect. A fellow connoisseur. Oh my god! We've got a dub fan. We're talking about King of the Hill, by the way. Let's continue. Oh my god, I'm so jealous. I'm so fucking jealous. I'm so jealous. Oh my god, I'm quivering. What? Look at this place. Look at this place. Look at all those figurines. Giant cloud sword. Body pillows. Oh my god. I love this drawing up here in particular. This tiny upper left corner. There's just like a tiny print of a big booby green blood who's like, aha! With their little hands up. I love that. Tagiri invites you into his hive with a sweeping bow, and you step into the foyer. The hive looks normal from the outside, normal by troll standards at least, but the inner decor has an entirely different vibe to it. It reminds you of Japanese architecture. Tagiri takes off his sandals before entering the next room. You take your shoes off too, if you had any. As you step into his living room, you are assaulted, not literally, thankfully, by an absolute smorgasbord of merchandise. This place looks like someone did a Google search for otaku collection and opened the first result. Posters and scrolls adorn every inch of wall available, and the inches of wall that aren't available are blocked by shelves containing all sorts of DVDs, manga, and other such forms of media. On a large glass shelving unit near the room's exit, you spy a veritable cornucopia of anime figurines, most of whom seem to be in varying states of undress. And what about it? Oh, I'm just realizing that they're like, I think they're more specific characters than I initially assumed. At least these top ones, like, Luffy's definitely on the far right, top far right. And then the one next to him reminds me of Shikamaru. I don't know. But Luffy is, I could tell that's Luffy because of straw hat. You would like to describe it as tasteful nudity, but you would also like to describe yourself as the most popular person on Alternia, and both would be a lie. Tagiri has arranged his merch meticulously according to blood color, from red at the top to fuchsia, to red at the bottom to fuchsia at the top. I see you are admiring my fine East Alternian collectibles. I polish them daily, just as I polish my blade. Don't touch them, or you'll taste molded steel. You slowly retract your hand. You wouldn't dream of touching them. That was never ever something you were planning on doing. You won't even breathe on them. In fact, you step far away from the collectibles, just in case. With that step, you bump into something behind you and hear a soft ruff. As you spin around to look, you see what must be Tagiri's Lucis surveying you with an intense gaze. It looks a lot like a Shiba Inu if they were twice the size and had opposable everything. Honestly, watching it scuttle around like a monkey while sniffing you is pretty entrancing. Eventually, you seem to meet its standards because it darts out of the room. You hear some rustling in what you assume is the kitchen. That was Tadashi Inu, my Lucis. He taught me everything I know. I could not have asked for a better sensei. Yeah, dogs are great, you respond, and then immediately you wish you could take that back. Dogs are great. That has got to be the blandest possible statement you could have made. Possibly inaccurate, too. What's this thing called? A bark beast? A fetch fiend? The wolf gremlin? Oh, Tagiri isn't even paying attention to you anymore. He's busy perusing his shelves, picking out some DVDs. Per my viewing schedule, we'll watch a carefully curated selection of episodes from one classic and one recent release. But since you're a newcomer, it might be best to not jump into the middle of Last Bout's series, Philosopher Half-Iron. I wanna watch FMA! I wanna watch FMA! I'm caught up! I've seen FMA! Please? I wanna watch it! Perhaps we shall instead begin with the first season of school-fed heroism. I don't wanna watch My Hero Academia! I don't wanna watch that! I wanna watch FMA! And transition into some episodes of Kismet Stuck Morning? What is that supposed to be? I don't get that one. That one's a romance one that I definitely don't know.
The original airing, of course. Not the censored one with the ridiculous CGI dragon. Ugh. Looks like Tagiri intends to take full control of the morning's activities, which you find entirely copacetic. The less you need to assert your own opinions and make your own choices, the less likely you are to fuck up. It's probably not a healthy way to live, but it's gotten you somewhere between 1 to 19 friends so far, so you're sticking to it. With deft and precise movements, Tagiri retrieves a disc from its container and pops it into the troll equivalent of a DVD player. Makes a slimy chugging noise as it sucks the disc in, and like usual, you aren't sure if it's an inanimate object or a living being. Either way, you're a little disgusted. The DVD player hums and Tagiri's TV lights up with a colorful title screen. You're ready to get settled in for a journey through the wonderful world of animes, but he frowns and pauses the episode less than a minute in. Hang on. This isn't the correct copy. The localization of these lines was changed and the original translator was called by Purple for crimes against buffoonery. I specifically ordered the first edition and paid extra for it. This is unacceptable. Tagiri stops the DVD player, ejects the disc, and places it back in its case. Come, there's still time in the night. We need to go resolve this immediately. The shop that imported it for me is nearby. He heads for the door and beckons for you to follow, which you do. You guess it was too much to hope for a quiet morning inside, wasn't it? At least you get to do shopping for animes, which sounds fun enough. Will it be at one of those fancy automated stores, you wonder? No. Unlike most stores in Alternia, this specialty shop is run by a living troll, a fellow collector who would not entrust such work to automation. So one would expect, with the actual ThinkPan involved, that there would be no careless mistakes like this. At least I'm on good terms with the owner, so I doubt there will be trouble. You, on the other hand, expect plenty of it. Pretty much everything on this goddamn planet has been trouble so far. Does he know how awful it is here? You don't want to human-splain to him or anything, but things are pretty awful here. Things are pretty awful here. Oh, you guess he knows. He's staring at one of the many billboards that line the streets, which has been defaced with bright red graffiti. It's saying some pretty nasty stuff about Trizza. Rebel sentiments grow by the moment. Alternia lies on the verge of peril, a blade's edge. And not any blade, but the blade of a razor-sharp, folded steel katana. Forged under the East Alternian moonlight. Heated by the bellows breath of a magnificent draconian Lucis. Cooled by the shimmering cascade of an acid waterfall. And fit to be handled only by a true expert. Do you dance? You're a little caught off guard by that question. Dancing? As in, moving one's body to music? In a way, yes. Moving to the sweet music of steel on steel. The rhythm of combat. The stiletto step that weaves death and glory into one beautiful motion. Do you dance? Oh, sword fighting, of course. You really should have figured that one out. This guy's dial has only 2 settings, talking about swords or talking about anime. Sometimes he gets particularly frisky and talks about both at once. You tell him that you don't really know how to handle swords, but they seem really cool, and you'd love to learn. Cool? Bleh. Swordplay is more than cool. It's a way of life, a code of honor. To pick up the blade is to bind yourself to the tenets of Bushido, and to be prepared at all times to enforce justice, the only way a swordsman knows, through steel. Someday the pursuit of justice may bring me face to face with these rebel scum. I must be ready to show them the true magnificent terror of the blade. Who knows, maybe I would even be awarded a Clown Greshonal Medal of Honor. A troll can dare to dream. So that's why he practices swordplay, huh? To enforce justice? Kind of like a vigilante? Vigilante? Please. I would only ever call a troll who legally deserved death. What kind of lawless moron do you take me for? You don't take him for a moron at all. In fact, he's very smart and clever and just. You hope you're not laying it on too thick, but he seems to enjoy the praise. We're here. This won't take long. He's taken you to the night market that reminds you of the place where you met Polypa. A strip mall lies to the left of many tents and stalls, and a sign above one door reads, Super Topedo Imports. Wow! I like it in here.
Oh, I'm just like appreciating all of the like little bits and bobs and characters and stuff. These little plushies, I want one. Oh. As you enter, Tagiri makes a beeline for the counter, which is manned by a greasy-looking gold blood with pinkish-looking eyes. You, on the other hand, are more interested in the rest of the store. It looks a lot like Tagiri's living room, but bigger. Anime figurines on sale for what looks to be a preposterous amount of money, DVDs and comics lining the shelves, arcade games in the corner. There's even a section for replica swords, which all look far too sharp and legitimately deadly for your liking. Skulking between the shelves is an olive blood guy. You can't quite tell if he works here or if he's just browsing. You're not sure if any trolls even have normal jobs. You're about to ask the olive guy about a particularly interesting DVD when you're distracted by a commotion at the counter. You're pretty sure you heard Tagiri snarling something about his rights as a consumer? Looks like trouble is brewing. You turn your head toward the counter and listen in.
Do you really think you can get away with ripping me off like this? Do you know who I am? My blood caste? A teal blood like me has connections, a vast network of like-minded souls at my beck and call, ready to be unsheathed against my hapless foes. The legal force I can bring to bear against you is greater than your puerile mind could ever imagine. A fleet of legislaturators will descend upon you like shadows clones, each armed with the greatest weapon of them all, knowledge. And with our intricate understanding of the Alternian legal code, you will be mired in suits so myriad, so mind-numbing, you will wish for the swift and early death my blade can provide. Or you can offer me an exchange of equal or greater value to my original purchase. Which path will you walk, scum?
You wander closer to the counter, hoping you might be able to resolve the situation, but instead you blunder right into the olive blood and send a box tumbling from his hands to the ground. A bunch of assorted products spill out as the shopkeeper gasps dramatically. You don't see what the big deal is. Looks like some more DVDs and manga. One cover features a troll with heart-shaped horns and a bright pink sign. Another features some red-blooded douchebag wearing pants way too tall for him. Okay. Tagiri picks up one of the mangas and waves it in front of the shopkeeper's face.
Care to explain what I'm looking at here? Imperial Dictate, number the 2nd, section 3.2. Depiction of non-standard hemological attributes is strictly forbidden. Imperial Dictate number the 7th, section 5. Material which encourages the action against the state is considered contraband to the highest degree.
The olive blood, who can clearly see the situation careening downhill like a scuttle buggy without wheel stops, begins to creep toward the door. You'd love to do the same, but you can't give up on a potential new friend. It's basically pathological.
To think that my favorite Eastern Alternian hobby shop could stoop so low as to peddle this criminal filth. What a sickening betrayal.
The shopkeeper stammers, offering a litany of muddled explanations that only seem to incense Tagiri further. He was holding it for a friend. No, wait, it's satire? Tagiri slammed. Oh my god, the Sharingan! Ah! Tagiri slams a palm down on the counter and his eyes shoot open, revealing a dark purple irises with a strange swirl pattern. Imperial Dictate number the 61st, section 2. Satire is especially contraband. You think you can mess with me? I've watched countless hours of legal drama, played and replayed legendary Lacerator and memorized every twist. I know the law back and forth. And now it's time for the punishment due. You're fucking dead, kiddo. He said it. He said the line. Say the line, Bart. As Tagiri leans over the counter, his free hand grips the hilt of his katana and tenses, ready to draw. He's about to straight up execute this guy. No! Okay, you know this is a terrible idea, but you've seriously had it up to here with being party to the murder of random trolls. You quickly interpose yourself between Tagiri and the Gold Blood. Does he really have to kill this guy for what seems to be his first offense? You launch into an impassioned spiel about love and friendship and justice, writing the value of forgiveness and second chances really hard. And for good measure, you throw in a little side note about how Tagiri's favorite shop will close down if he kills this dude. Silence! Tagiri shoves you roughly aside and you go careening into a display full of body pillows. You watch stomach plummeting as Tagiri turns back to the shopkeeper and slowly draws his sword. But then, at the last second, he reconsiders. Consider yourself lucky I'm in a good mood. If I catch you selling any contraband again, your life will be mine. Yay! Tagiri strides out of the store holding a fresh copy of the DVD he wanted to exchange. You give the shopkeeper a vaguely apologetic look and rush out of the store behind him. Whew, that was a close one. You thank Tagiri profusely for listening to your dumb little speech about whatever it was that you said. Honestly, you already forgot. You're clearly new to this planet. I felt pity for your naivete. I should have just killed him. Death is the legally prescribed punishment for such crimes. As is. Actually, it's legally prescribed punishment for most crimes. I should have separated him from his head. But I looked into your pleading eyes and I saw... Tagiri goes quiet. You would describe the silence as being particularly brooding. There's a lot of silence like that on this planet. Then finally he speaks. This isn't my first time. It was just over a sweep ago, I believe. I was patrolling the Hive batch in search of evildoers when I caught the unmistakable scent of smoke in the air. Upon pursuing the lead, I saw a hive, partially collapsed, partially on fire. My instincts flared. I rushed it in to help the innocent soul who was trapped there. But as I was helping the girl bandage her wounds, it occurred to me that I had made a grievous error in judgment. Trolls below a certain age without a lucis or a proper hive are considered unviable and slated to be culled. By rights, I should have put her out of her misery the moment I realized my mistake. And yet, I looked into her deep gray eyes, dulled from the pain of loss, and I sheathed my blade. In fact, even though she is hiveless and lucisless, wow, that's a weird word, I remain in contact with her to this day, knowing deep down that one day I must cull her. The law demands it. But I haven't yet. I don't know if I could. Why does my conviction waver at times like these? If he's talking about who you think he's talking about, you're pretty sure he couldn't kill her even if he tried. I'm trying to remember who he could be talking about, like Polyppa? I think that was Polyppa's backstory, was that some assholes killed her Lucis and burned her hive down. And now she just kills everyone. I think. But that's not the real point here. The point is he's spilling some real and true and deep emotion with you. This friendship is basically in the bag. Just gotta drop some sweeping, vague wisdom that makes him feel better about potentially not being an unthinking cog in the Alternian murder machine. You offer a light suggestion that maybe what is legal and what is just aren't always the same thing. Just a little thought. Maybe he's doing the right thing, overlooking her situation because of how obviously fucked up it is to be a homeless orphan. He goes silent for a long time, chewing his bottom lip. Feh, you're naive. Naive, uncultured, unenlightened. Wow, thanks! You think the world is simple, like a cartoon for children. But this is Alternia, a land ruled by cold logic, where men such as myself must make the hard decisions. It's not easy being dedicated to the code of law. It asks much of us and gives us little in return, but it gives us order. It keeps the beasts at bay. If I were to question it, what then? Would I begin to wonder if it is unjust for a blue blood to command his servants, for imperial drones to cull the infirm, for us to obey the ever-changing whims of Alternian royalty? It takes a lot of effort to suppress your, well, yeah. But for the sake of this burgeoning friendship, you allow him to continue his monologue. Riots in the streets, troll killing troll, even more than usual, I mean. No, I cannot waver. These hands must remain steady and true. Though I feel a pull toward the scorching fangs of the light, I must continue my path and remain in the tender, righteous embrace of the dark. Truth be my blade, intellect my sensei, and justice my only companion on this lonely road. He goes on like that for quite a while, and it all starts to muddle together in your head, and you lose count of how many times he's repeated some screed about justice and truth and being smarter than all the other trolls in the room. It honestly sounds to you like he's just lonely. You know a lot about loneliness and the poor management thereof. Some people throw themselves into their needy anime hobby, and others become obsessed with making friends no matter what the cost to their mental or physical well-being. Maybe he just needs a couple of good pals to remind him what it's like to have a heart. But if you try to tell him that, he'll probably just respond with another long and winded monologue, likely stolen from an anime he watched recently. Maybe you should just let him vent. You have my thanks for lending your ear. Oh, a compliment! Brings you out of your reverie. Nothing interrupts the old introspection machine like the opportunity to chug on the succulent ambrosia that is any kind of praise or gratitude. It's no big deal, you tell him. You're a great listener. That's what friends are for. Has he considered having more friends? Like you, for example. He opens his mouth like he's about to reiterate the whole lone swordsman thing, so you hastily try to change the topic. What's with his eyes? Most trolls you've seen have had gray irises, and those who didn't follow their typical biological trend of displaying their blood color. Tagiri pauses, his grip tensing on his sword as his fangs dig into his lip. Oh jeez, this must be his most closely guarded secret. Have you earned enough trust to hear it? They're contact lenses for cosplay. Oh, fair enough. Actually, is cosplaying as a different blood caste even legal on this planet? If he's doing it, it probably is, right? You're about to ask when something distracts you from... What? It's getting late. Something distracts you. The sight of another troll standing in front of Tagiri's hive, using it as a shelter from the rising sun. They're pacing back and forth with precise movements, glancing at one of the windows almost like they're plotting to break in. When they hear footsteps approaching, they perk up and whirl their head around. Hey, wait a second, you recognize them. Yay! Polyppa! I was right. Polyppa spots you before Tagiri spots her. Her expression is hard and stoic, eyes glancing between the two of you as she assesses the situation. And then, like she's throwing on a disguise, her face softens and she smiles. Hey, Pegs. I was starting to wonder where you were, and if anime night was canceled. Oh my god! They watched anime together! Your Lucius is staring at me through the window. I think he thinks it's funny watching me stuck outside, roasting to death while you're chasing purbeasts around the hive batch. Heh, classic Tadashi. Why were you late? Just busier than I expected, with some work. She shoots you a sharp glance. Assembling some new mecha models. You know how it is. Yeah, you know. Yes, of course. It's all too easy to get wrapped up in one's hobby. Anyway, I didn't realize we'd have a third for once. Not to mention somebody I know. Nani? You and my new kohai already have met? She pauses, her eyes darting back and forth between you two once more. She seems to be assessing the situation, wearing a look like an assassin trying to evade capture. You recognize that look considering she was literally wearing it the last time you met. We're kind of moirails. Whoa! That's absolutely not what you thought you were. But you just kind of nod your head and roll with it. It seems to be what she wants you to do. Oh. Moirails. Tagiri's face tightens almost imperceptibly, but you caught it. Nothing gets past your honed, friend-making eyes. Well, actually, a lot of things get past them, but not this particular thing. You're finely tuned to the nuances of social situations as long as those nuances don't involve making a binary choice on which your social future hinges. Well, as you know, I'm far too busy studying the blade to pursue quadrants of any sort. A foolish waste of time. Were it not for the laws of this land, I would swear off them entirely. Are you sure it isn't that you just can't get a date? You don't have to play the mysterious loner, you know. There's other clubs you could join, instead of insisting on running your own. He huffs, looking away. You hear his Lucius barking from behind the window, in a tone that sounds like laughter. Fools mock that which they cannot understand, and to think I was going to congratulate you on finding love. Once you finish your spiel about romance being dumb, Polyppa gives him a light, friendly whap, which he responds to with a smile. You can tell the exchange is friendly not only because he's smiling, but because he's still standing. Enough banter. The harsh glare of the sun begins to crest, and we have East Alternian animation to indulge in. I'll allow you both to spend the day at my hive if needed. There's space. Oh shit, a slumber party? And with more than one participant even? That's gotta be worth extra friend points. You are so in. Shelter from the broiling death orb in the sky barely even registers to you as an added bonus. Philippa smiles at you as the three of you enter Tagiri's hive. Doggy! Tagiri covers... Oh, he's speaking. What did he say? I wasn't able to read it. Tagiri covers up all of his windows to block out the sun, then starts up the new copy of his DVD, which thankfully seems to meet his standards this time. You settle in on the couch, basking in the warm glow of friendship. Prepare to lose yourself to hours of beautiful, wonderful animes. Oh, Bubby! I love this puppy drawing. Oh my god! Incredible. Absolutely incredible. Wow. What a good game. Well, it's getting pretty late. So let's see maybe who is online that I could possibly raid. Maybe an art stream? Oh my goodness, these people have been streaming for a long, long time. Okay. Yeah, an art stream sounds good. Let's go raid Mudokas. And yeah, thanks everybody for hanging out tonight. I've been doing a little bit shorter streams recently, and I appreciate you for hanging out with me regardless. If you are new here, I stream Mondays and Thursdays at 8 p.m. PST. And I stream whatever I want. I've been streaming this every Thursday, so if you're interested in this, you can come back next Thursday. I'm gonna play some more. But yeah, thanks everybody who came to say hi. I hope you all have a wonderful night. Good night. Ah! Fortune! Oh my god, Fortune, no! Fortune, I'm raiding somebody else. It's okay. Get on the raid train. We're going. We're going. Hello, friends. Hello. Wait. I'll at least cancel it so I can say hi to everybody. But hello, Fortune and friends. I hope you all enjoyed the dating sim that you were playing. We just wrapped up, we just wrapped up playing this funny little dating sim, but don't you worry, I'll be playing more of it next Thursday. So if you like funny trolls, I'm playing this game until I'm done with it, and I'll be playing it next Thursday at 8 p.m. So no worries, no worries. Let's go raid Mudokas, and I hope you had a wonderful stream. Fortune, I hope it was everything you've ever dreamed of. Dating the old men that your heart desires. I really enjoyed what I got to see of it. Third raid in the last 30 minutes? Oh, it's like a raid train. Hell yeah! I hope you're having fun. Have a wonderful night, everybody. I'm happy to say hi to you. But my throat is exhausted and dating sims are hard to voice.
Hello there.
Hello, thank you for the follow. Bye! Have a wonderful night. I give all of you kisses, even though you're my new friends. I give kisses indiscriminately. Good night!